Recognize and honor our senior Redbirds as they play in their final regular season home game as a D-Tier Redbird. At this time, we'd like you to meet the seniors and their parents. Number 1, Gabe Herman. His dad, Steve Herman, and his mom, Jenny Herman. Number 2, Grayson Fazette. His parents, Sarah and Dwight Weber, and dad, Brian Fazette. Number 3, Peyton Capel, and his parents, Eric and Carrie. Number 4, Wesley Johnson, and his parents, Wes and Kimberly. Number 6, Michael Alexander, and his parents, Michelle and Lucas. Number 7, Brennan Kincaid, and his parents, Heather and Matt. Number 10, Grant Ho-Ho, and his mom, Lexi. Number 11, Devin Koski, and his mom, Mandy, and dad, Jeremy. Number 15, Brett Meyer, and his parents, Michael and Jennifer. Number 16, Sam Clayton, and his parents, Lori and Adam. Number 20, Grant Faber, and his parents, Kathy and Richard. Number 21, Morgan Hoff, and his parents, Brooklyn and Aaron. Number 25, Jacob Foss, and his parents, Jason and Debbie. Number 18, Mitchell Doreen, and his parents, Kevin and Amy Jo. Number 31, Jack Danon, and his parents, Matt Danon and Molly Danon. Number 33, Aiden Hill, and his mom, Tiffany Podrosky. Number 48, Owen Beek, and his parents, Terry and Sue. Number 52, Devin Cross. Number 75, Logan Krause, and his parents, Megan and Tim. Number 56, Carter Olson, and his mom, Stephanie. Number 57, Xander Kinsman, and his mom, Brittany. Number 65, Josh Hodgson, and his parents, Maureen and Jeff. Number 66, Ross Rowland, and his parents, Mark and Jill. Number 70, Jackson Romberic, and his dad, John. Number 77, Grant Smits, and his parents, Brenda and Josh. Number 78, Crosby to tennis, and his parents, Paul and Kim. Number 84, Cole Jeskowitz, and his parents, Holly and Chad. Number 87, Noah Jean, and his parents, Sean and Jenny. Number 95, Gavin Busey, and his parents, Erica and Lewis. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your Redbirds seniors and their parents. Let's give them a huge round of applause.
Coach Roberts. That's awesome, and you guys are continuing to do it. Great seeing you. Good luck.
Yeah, same to you. Good seeing you.
Yep. I don't really like this window in front of me, quite honestly. But you take it out, come on.
Are they coming?
Yeah, they're lined up.
Okay, good.
Deep fly ball, a drive to center field. That'll get over the head of Robinson and all the way to the fence. Lorbeck drives the lane, puts it up, right-hand lane, gets it to fall. He'll go to line for one more.
Very nice take by Zach Lorbeck.
Trying to go around to Engel. He stones him far side.
Point
post.
blank on Engel again, and he stops him.
Shotgun snap, Engel looking left, now looking right. Throw far side, throws a fade up for grabs. Hunter Beechler, far side, pile on. He comes down with it. Touchdown, Bayport Pirates. She'll line it ball into left field, and that'll go all the way to the fence. Coming in to score will be Hilbert. Feed it in. Matty Ray, a right-hand lane and down.
Great seal by Ray. Jerks with a nice lob over the top.
Four skates to the near side circle, looking for some time. One timer to Martin Suna. Knock off the water bottle. It's a one-timer and a goal, and the Pirates, they extend their lead.
He takes a swing at it. He'll send that one deep to right. And looks like that one's going to be a walk-off grand slam for Joe Byer.
And your state champions,
Your state champion.
your Bayport Pirates.
Swinging a fly ball to center
Beekman.
field.
It's over!
And that's it.
The Pirates win it!
Good evening and welcome out to De Pere High School. Bayport had another homecoming game, and it will be at De Pere for the Redbirds as the class of 2023 celebrates their homecoming here, as it will be a Fox River Classic Conference matchup, a rivalry matchup, and a matchup that the Redbirds have won the last two in.
Yeah, always great to come to the beer, Chris. You're right. Redbirds have won the last two. They enter tonight 3-4. They need a victory here in one of their last two games to make the playoffs. They got Bayport at home tonight, then at Ashwaubenon. The Pirates rolling a little bit, 7-0. Coming here at De Pere and then finishing off at West De Pere. And so this is always a great rivalry, a great place to come and watch a football game. De Pere's done a great job with their facility over the last 5 years. And also just great people at De Pere. Had a chance to talk to their principal, Nick Joseph, earlier today, their athletic director, Jeff Bizik, just quality people. So it's always a pleasure coming over here. You got Brian Winchester, the basketball coach, doing the clock. And it's good to see these guys again. During COVID, didn't get a chance to see them much or hang out with them much. And, you know, part of this job when you're the principal is you hang together and you help each other out. And so working with Nick and Jeff, it's always fun. We kid around a lot together, too, and have a good time with it. So it's always great to be here at De Pere, and everybody up here taking our pictures. I feel like a celebrity, but glad you could tune in tonight. Expected a good football game. You know, the Pirates pretty much talking to Coach Westerman yesterday at practice, said to his team, listen, we got to come out, make a statement, punch him right in the face right away. Something they did not do against Manitowoc. Gave Manitowoc some hope, but at Southwest and Ashwaubenon, Bayport came out and dominated. So the Pirates look for them to try to do that same thing and not give a De Pere team who has struggled, mainly because probably their best offensive player, Gabe Herman's been out since game one, and that's unfortunate. The senior, number one, he's walking out on the field right now. He's a captain of this team, but a knee injury, an MCL injury, had him have surgery. Hopefully he'll be back for the basketball season. He's a good all-around athlete, and so we wish him the best of luck. But always a great rivalry. Yeah, probably the biggest one, I would say, in all sports. If you combine them all, when it's a basketball or a baseball rivalry or a football rivalry or a soccer rivalry, or, we played them in soccer this week. Unfortunate that Bayport got that 2-1 victory there. Play them in volleyball this week. Fortunate that we got a victory there. So we're looking for a little Bayport sweep here tonight, Chris.
Fans, be sure to stick around at halftime for their show.
We'll step aside and take a break. We have our pregame interview with head coach Gary Westerman. Kickoff is just ahead. You're listening to Bayport Pirate Football.
Room update or building your dream home and don't know where to begin? The design team at Mako's will guide you through the selection process and put your mind at ease. Solutions and styles to make you the envy of the neighborhood. Mako's, your premier flooring center. Now that's value.
Townline Pub and Grill. Looking for a place to grab some food? Stop at Townline. Taste the mouth-watering burgers, gourmet pizza, and endless appetizers, offering a casual atmosphere and a lively feel. Why not stop in on the way to the game? Grab a bite to eat after the game, too. A night out, a group gathering after a sporting event, or even a birthday. We want to thank you for your patronage. Townline, where the people come for the food and stay for the fun.
More than 100 years in business, thousands of construction projects, and priceless relationships for which we are eternally grateful. This is what Myron Construction was built on. For us, it's the relationships we've built that serve as the foundation for who we are as a company. As builders, we know that the construction process is just as important as the building itself. We pour energy into finding ways to make milestones special, whether it's a groundbreaking event or a ribbon-cutting ceremony. For most, building is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. At Myron, we make sure that these moments, both big and small, are celebrated. Our team thrives on bringing dreams to life, and we're looking forward to the next century of building excellence for our clients, partners, and the community. Building excellence isn't just what we do, it's who we are.
This is how I convinced my dad to go to NWTC. Every day, Dad would get home from work and be like, "Hey, honey." So I was like, "Dad, haven't you always told me I should go after my dreams?" And he said, "Well, of course." And I'm like, "Well, then why don't you?"
So that's what I did. I went to NWTC for design and graphic technology. Good thing dream jobs can happen at any age.
You're listening to Bayport Pirate Sports on NEW Sports Radio at newsportsradio.com.
We continue the pregame show. We sit down with Pirate head coach Gary Westman. Coach, you come off of a win last week at Schwaben, and you come out right away, run the ball quite effectively, and your offensive line was able to move some people.
Yeah, I thought we played well. I thought we played clean. We obviously jumped on them right away, which is what we wanted to do, and so felt really good about that.
Obviously, that's the key, right? You get the ball, you go down to score, you put pressure on the other team, you get a stop immediately. But special teams comes up with a blocked field goal. You get contributions from all three phases.
Yeah, I mean, they're a talented team. They just haven't really put it all together. And so they moved the ball. We were able to stop them in some key situations. They got, over the top of us a couple times, which is a little bit concerning. But, all in all, I thought our kids battled and, played well. The only, I guess, regret would have been the first drive of that second half. We get the stop. We wanted to go right down and get a score, and we just kind of screwed around there. So, but other than that, I thought we played well.
You come into tonight, obviously you're in pants. You move into the colder weather. Is there a bigger emphasis now of, hey, let's secure the ball in these temperatures, or is it no different?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we're trying to secure the ball when it's 90 or -9. So, it just is what it is. But certainly this is the first game that has been, noticeably cold. So, we're just looking forward to it. And this is another step in the process of getting to where we want to be.
Obviously, you treat every game the same, but the Pere team, they beat you last year. They beat you in the alternative spring. Does that add anything to this?
Not really. I mean, that's fun for everybody else to talk about. You know, I mean, I thought we played really well last year. You know, we screwed around, and then I think we scored at the end too. You know, but I mean, whatever. You can't obviously go backwards. So we're quite a bit better this year than we were last year, and so we're just looking forward to it.
All right, best of luck tonight, Coach.
Great, thanks, Chris.
Again, that's Pirate head coach Gary Westerman. We continue the pregame show after this. You're listening to Bayport Pirate Football.
Glory, greatness, legend. Get the best at Vandervest Harley-Davidson. We've got the largest selection of new and pre-owned bikes in the Green Bay area and beyond. Sportsters, Softails, Street Glides, touring bikes, trikes, and more. Iconic Harley-Davidsons, plus award-winning Circle of Excellence service, genuine Harley-Davidson parts, and motor clothes that move. Look for the Big Log Cabin at 1966 Belp Avenue. Vandervest Harley-Davidson, Green Bay's destination dealership for everything Harley-Davidson.
Sports bar after sports bar after sports bar. All the same, right? What makes Sanduzzi's so different? What makes Sanduzzi's so different? Come and find out.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
When you're hurt, you shouldn't have to wait for care. You can be kept waiting for weeks at most healthcare organizations, but at OSMS, we prioritize you. I'm Dr. Will Elbiro, orthopedic surgeon and physician owner at OSMS. I want you to get in and get treated with the highest quality of care so that you can get back to doing the things you love. Don't wait. Come see one of our orthopedic physicians at our acute injury walk-in clinic, where you can receive same-day orthopedic care, usually without a referral.
Do you have any questions or comments? Get involved with the game. Tweet your questions and send your comments to Bayport Radio on Twitter at Voice of BP.
Tonight's Bayport football broadcast proudly supported by Zesty's Frozen Custard Grill, the finest frozen custard in town. By Bell and Health, Titletown Sports Medicine Orthopedics. By Town Line Pub and Grill. Vandervest Harley-Davidson. By Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Specialists. Budget Blinds of Howard and Crivets. And Doozy Sports Club. By Chrysler World. Nicolay Bank. By Myron Construction, Building Excellence. Northeast Wisconsin Technical College. By Mako's Floor Covering Center. And by members of the NEW Sports Radio Broadcasters Club. Great to have you with us on a Friday night. The temperatures plummet. 25 degrees cooler than a week ago? And
it's hard to tell because we're up here in the press box, Chris, but you do have the stocking cap on tonight.
I do. I took no chances. Winter jacket on. It's football season, I was told.
It is. For the first time, I think, that I can remember, Bayport's going to play in 3 homecoming games this year. They're going to play in Ashwaubenon's last week. They're going to play in De Pere's tonight, and we're going to have our own next week. And so not exactly sure why some of these teams schedule the Pirates for homecoming. Usually that's not the way it works. But this year, it just happens to work that way. And a huge crowd here at De Pere. New bleachers on both sides of the field. Great complex. The visitor bleachers a little small, but Pirates rolling in here in hopes that they see another Pirate victory and a chance to go 8-0 and take that into Week 9 against West De Pere. And De Pere, on the other hand, needs a victory to get into the playoffs. They have Bayport tonight, and they have Ashwaubenon next week.
Yeah, next week might be a huge game.
That's an interesting game. People have asked what I thought about that, and I'll tell you what I think about that after I see De Pere play. Saw Ashwaubenon play last week and get a chance to see De Pere tonight. Ben Strickland, De Pere's new coach, has a connection to Bayport, Chris. Good friends with Kenny DeBush.
One of his best friends stood up at his wedding.
Kenny was the punter for UW, as Ben was a defensive back. And so try to get Kenny to come here, do a little interview with him at halftime. But Kenny wanted to get put up at Kohler Lodge, and the Bayport radio budget didn't handle that. Actually, Kenny, great kid. I shouldn't say kid. He's obviously older now, but played football with Ben Strickland. So there's your connection to the Bayport Pirates from the De Pere coaching staff.
Yeah, new regime, obviously. Coach Chad Michaelitz moves on to Kimberly, where he is the head man there in his first season with the Papermakers. And so a new regime for De Pere.
What about Coach Michaelitz? I mean, he loses last week against Fond du Lac, 3-3. Fond du Lac coming into that game, I think. And now tonight plays undefeated Neenah. So it'll be interesting as we follow that one, as that one's all over the Twitterverse, I'm sure, and being covered by a number of area broadcasters. But we're being covered by also a station that we won't mention because obviously you're listening to us tonight. So looking forward to bringing you tonight's game. We're 4 minutes here and counting. The choir is ready for the national anthem. The band's playing. I'm sure the dance team will be out there tonight. And Pirates getting ready. De Pere has left the field and will make their entrance soon. And so it should be a great game tonight from De Pere.
We'll look around the Fox River Classic Conference. What do we have elsewhere around the conference, Mike? We have obviously this one, and then I think we have 3 blowouts.
We got Ashwaubenon at Sheboygan South. Chris, I'll take the Jags in that one.
I will as well.
Then we got Green Bay Preble at West De Pere. You're going to go out on a limb and take West De Pere in that one.
Not Preble.
Then we got Pulaski at Green Bay Southwest. Southwest has had some good games this year.
They have had some really good games. Pulaski was 21-21 with Sheboygan North last week. They are unbelievably depleted on the Red Raiders side.
Yeah, that happened. That was a coincidence that happened during really the Bayport game, when a very physical game. And
that's not the coincidence. Is not so much because of you play physical game. That's talking with actually Pulaski coaches. West De Pere, they think, has this tough thing because they're going to go from the Bayport to the playoffs versus Pulaski.
Yeah, that's a good point as you make that comparison as you get ready for, playoff football. But if you're West De Pere and you go in there, you're Bayport, you go in 8-9-0, 8-1, you probably get a team that on paper you should probably win in that first round game. But good time of the year to talk playoff football, but we still have 2 more weeks. And a lot of decisions yet about who will win this FRCC conference. Right now it appears to be a 2-team race, the West De Pere Phantoms and the Bayport Pirates. And that connection to West De Pere, obviously, Bill Turnquist, legendary Hall of Fame coach at West De Pere, has now been with the Pirates for a number of years. And for those of you that know Coach Turnquist, this is a man that has taught coached 50 years, 50-plus years. And this morning I was talking to him at about 7:45. This morning as he was in getting ready for the game tonight. So kind of work ethic that Coach Turnquist has. Coach T, as we call him. And we've been fortunate to have Coach T on our staff for the last couple of years.
Tonight we have a halftime guest of John Kinziger. John will be with us.
One of the John best. Or Johnny? What do you think he goes by?
Well, I went with John, but he always goes... Well, you'll find that out tonight.
Well, that's probably the first question. John, one of the finest basketball players in Wisconsin.
All-state guard.
Plays for De Pere. Will be going to Illinois State, and we'll talk to him about...
He'll be a Redbird now and a Redbird in the future.
Yeah, we'll talk about the recruiting process. His AU basketball, I think, he played against Bronny James, if I'm not mistaken, during the summer. So we'll talk to him about some of those experiences. And also, I'm more curious of, what does it like to play for Coach Winchester? I mean, that's pretty much what everybody wants to know. And so we'll ask Johnny that. And Johnny's aunt, Kelly Miro, went to Point back in the 70s, Kelly did. She works at Bayport. She's a counselor at Bayport. So we'll have a lot of another Bayport connection to De Pere. So it should be a lot of fun.
So that will be our halftime guest tonight as we get ready for the national anthem here from De Pere High School. Set to be a fun evening. I mentioned the Redbirds victorious the last couple times, actually twice last calendar year, because the alternative spring season was 2021, and then the fall season game came down to the bitter end, where with 26 seconds left, De Pere had a touchdown pass from Gabe Herman to Jack May with 32 seconds left. Jack May,
state
second fastest runner in the state of Wisconsin.
State 100 champion, Division I.
Runner-up behind Oshkosh North.
Okay.
But now he's a walk-on, true walk-on at Alabama.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So
Alabama's pretty good college
program.
They're not
too bad. Gabe Herman had 2 touchdowns pass in that game, 1 rushing in a 19-15 win. If you recall, The touchdown happened with 32 seconds left. Bayport got the kick. They threw a deep crossing route. Cooper O'Connell went 65 yards, pushed out at the 1. Bayport called timeout.
Cooper looked like he could have extended it over the line,
He did
but
not.
he didn't because,
He didn't cross the plane.
well, the ref didn't call it a touchdown either, Chris.
Featuring the Pirates of Bayport High School and your Deep Here Redbirds.
So we will watch the national anthem here as we get set for Friday Night Football.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please stand if you are able? Remove your hats and place your hand over your heart. We ask that you remember those who have served and those who continue to serve, protecting the freedoms we enjoy each day as we join Deep Here VFW Post 2113 for the presentation of colors, the Redbird Marching Band for the playing of our national anthem, along with the singing from the Redbird Vocal Music Department under the direction of Anne-Marie Cummings. Special thank you to the members of VFW Post.
Redbird homecoming here from De Pere High School.
Gentlemen, thank you for your service to our country.
Fireworks going off tonight, one of those homecoming traditions. And once again, Chris, I saw the captains going out there, gave Herman one of them, but did not see who won the toss.
Par for the course, my friend.
This is just how it works. So we'll await that. And interestingly enough, Gabe Herman will start tonight for De Pere. Gabe will take the first snap for the Pere Redbirds tonight. An agreement between Coach Ben Strickland and Coach Westerman. So I don't know exactly what that play will look like, but because it's senior night and because it's possibly their last home game of the year, Coach Strickland and Coach Winchester have worked that out. So that's all I can tell you, but a little inside information going in tonight's game. You see that in basketball a lot.
Yeah, yep.
Where someone will get a layup and the other team gets a layup and then they start. I've never seen that in football, so a little concern, like if you snap it over someone's head and how does that work? So,
right.
A
few more variables.
We hope that goes well and it's all for the right reasons. And really that's what it's all about, right? But hopefully that goes well. And so take a look at that tonight. And I'm not sure who gets the ball first, but it looks like it's going to be De Pere as Gabe Herman's warming up on the sidelines.
Bayport will be kicking off. Pirates in their visiting white uniforms, white tops, white pants with the Columbia and Navy trim. Columbia blue numbers with the Navy helmets. Home blacks for the Redbirds. Black tops, black pants with the maroon trim, white numbers, maroon helmets. Fox River Classic Conference football. It's week 8 of the high school football season. Great to have you with us. Chris Learman, Mike Frieder, Aiden Wright from Nowak Family Field. As always, tweet the booth at Voice of BP, at Bayport HS. We'd love to hear from you. It's 1 a.m. right now in London, but we got Coach Montgomery watching with us.
Outstanding. Jerry, the defensive line coach for the Packers, our guest last week.
Yeah.
And Schwabenant shared with us how that trip would go. So hopefully the flight over there was great. And I'll be getting up early Sunday morning to watch that Packer game. 8:30 start.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Wisconsin time, so welcome Jerry. Jerry's son, Tevin, number 3, middle linebacker, and you'll see him at running back also.
So Jojo Asur has the ball teed up. And we are underway with a kick to the 10-yard line that will be taken by the Redbirds. Trying the right side, 25. Flag flies in on the return by Grayson Fazat.
So as I said, Chris, there's a flag on the field, probably a hold.
The officials, same officials from last week, oddly enough.
That'll
actually.
make it easy.
Ryan Alfson, Casey Pavonka, Kyle Christensen, Stephen Lideman Jr., Stephen Lideman III.
It's a personal foul. Face mask on DePere, the offensive team, and so that'll back him up. And Gabe Herman does walk onto the field for the first play tonight.
That's awesome. Jada Montgomery tuned in from Iowa City.
Quarterback for the Redbirds, number 1, Gabe Herman.
Yeah, I don't know if Jerry's necessarily tuned in for us is why he's up, or if he just can't sleep.
He's probably watching film. You know, he goes in at 4, so he's got to take a shower before he goes in.
Herman will come in the shotgun with 4 wide receivers. Shift some motion, and they're going to pitch it out to the right side. Trying to get the edge and stopped as the possession starts at the 13-yard line. And it will be no gain for the Redbirds.
So sportsmanship at its finest. As they're going to stop the clock for some reason, as Gabe's going to come out of the game. I think that was probably planned too. They take a timeout, DePere does.
That's awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Ben Strickland wants everyone to get on their feet for Gabe Herman. So great sign of sportsmanship by Coach Strickland, Coach Westerman. Bayport fans also on their feet, cheering on Gabe, as you can tell. The knee surgery. Hopes to be back for basketball in December, I think Coach Winchester said. So great way to start tonight's game.
Marking no gain, and into stepping at the quarterback duties will be number 12, Easton Arndt. 6-foot junior. He'll take the snap and sprint to the near side. Flushed out. He's going to throw one across his body near side. It'll be batted out of play. Great play by the Bayport safety, 22, Noah Holtz, intended for Hayden, or rather 17, Hayden May. 3rd and 10.
Nice play there by Holtz as he quickly closed on that ball. Nice throw. However, now it's 3rd down and 10. Clock stopped here, 11:32 first quarter.
Defensive back for Bayport makes a play there. Defensive back listening in from Duluth, Alex Sylvester. 4 wide receivers and a swing pass to the near side. Trying to get a man in the flat, and that is big number 6, Michael Alexander. Breaks a tackle across the 20, 25, up across the 30. Just a simple swing pass, Mike, and he is able to break some tackles. An emotional leader, a varsity player for a long time, and one of the most talented wrestlers and football players around.
Pirate had a chance to make a play there. A couple Pirates didn't. DePere now with a 1st down.
So he gets 5'11", 200 pounds going in the flat. Bayport can't bring him down. And now a player way back in the formation is May, and they're going to get him a running start across the 40, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 45. Hayden May was 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Interesting play. They just get him going as fast as they can and get him the ball, and he's got momentum, and I've never seen that play run, but very creative by DePere.
Remember we said Jack May, his brother, was the speedster. Well, there's Hayden, and they get him
related.
Going. Up to the 45-yard line as the Redbirds started at the 13. They've moved it 32 yards. And now a false start will be called on the DePere Redbirds. And that'll mark them back 5 yards. We've only played 57 seconds. It feels like we played half a quarter.
Yeah, we had a quarterback come in, Gabe Herman, to take a snap during the last home game possibly for the Redbirds. And then a lot of throwing the football. I got a feeling we're in for a long night, Chris, because I got a feeling they're going to throw it a lot. Really difficult to run it on the Pirates. Bayport very good in the defensive backfield too, but they're going to take their chances throwing the football tonight.
Run between the tackles with Alexander, and he's going to get just a yard up to the 41-yard line, trying the right side From Oxford, Ohio, Sam Berry watching along with us.
Lewis with the stop to the Pirates.
Welcome, Sam. Sam, a great wide receiver for the Pirates last year. His brother Nick at Madison.
Second down.
So welcome in. Enjoy the game tonight.
Second down, 14 yards to go for the Redbird offense. Trying to march from right to left or south to north here in the opening quarter. Three receivers on the left side aren't in the pistol formation. They're going to shift to the shotgun. Alexander next to him. And it's going to be a quarterback design draw to the left side. Easton gets around the 45 towards the midfield stripe, and he will be pushed forward up to the 50-yard line, right on the Redbird logo. 5 yards to go to the sticks as they bring up third down.
Easton also a really good athlete, very good baseball player, Chris, if I'm not mistaken.
How good of a baseball player? He threw a complete game shutout against Bayport this past spring. 82 pitches to go 7 innings. Only 2 hits, 12 strikeouts. And that was just his sophomore campaign. Now a junior and plunged into the starting role. Starting in week 2, we mentioned Gabe Herman, who came in for that first snap. He got hurt the first snap of week 1.
Coach Strickland wants to run clock here, obviously, and make this game as short as possible, and he's going to run it down here to the back judge, counts to 5, and then needs to call timeout. Not exactly how they had that one planned, is ironically Manitowoc used 3 timeouts. Oh, I'm sorry, they took the delay. So the Manitowoc game, they took 3 timeouts in their first drive, if you remember that one, Chris, and that definitely came back to haunt them later on in that first half.
So 3rd and 10 for the Redbird offense. That may take running out of the equation here on the game's opening drive. 9:30.
Interested to see if the Pirates
just
will
under
send some pressure here.
Arndt in the pistol, Alexander to his left. Easton takes a snap, 5-step drop, great protection in front. Now Caden Lewis gets loose, and Arndt is flushed around, gets around 1, can't get around Caden Lewis. The big man gets a sack, dropping Arndt back for 4th down.
Bayport only rushed 3 on that one. It was Vaughn Campbell, Caden Lewis, and Damon Grosskreutz rushing on that one. And with 3 people, they got pressure. And it was Caden Lewis who finished that one off.
Arndt is the quarterback, also the punter. We've seen that a few weeks in a row now.
Pirates send 2 back, which is a new formation for them, with Carter Calise also back with A.J. Corshane. We got a penalty.
Flag is up, but play will continue. So you'd assume it's on to Piers. Corshane will fair catch it at about the 24-yard line. Now we will see as the flag thrown by Mr. Casey Pavanka, the line judge.
Typically, Coach Westerman on kicks like this, just give me the ball.
Casey Pavanka, a Valders alum. Also the head linesman, also a Valders alum. They're playing Kiel tonight. We have a sandwich bet, Mr. Wallander and myself.
What kind of sandwich are we
Sub
talking
sandwich,
about?
winner,
Wow.
Kiel or Valders.
Who's favored to win that one? What's the spread?
It's Kiel's homecoming.
Well, that makes them a favorite?
That's what I'm going with.
I'd probably make him kick it again, Chris, but Coach Westerman and I don't agree on a lot, and so we'll take the football right here.
25-yard line, the market. Bayport will take over. 8:42 to go in the opening quarter. Pirates, for the first time, they will take the field.
Like Coach Westerman said, want to really come out and establish himself physically, so look for a lot of things between the tackles here.
Well, they established themselves physically last week. Shotgun formation for Benson. It's quarterback power to the left side, trying to get going. Gets up to Michael Alexander, and he's stripped of the football. It's going forward, and DePere thinks they have it. And DePere does have the football. Well, I asked Coach Westerman, question in the interview, because of the cold weather, is this any more of ball security issues? He said every time it's ball security, no matter the weather.
Yeah, they just tackled the football there. Cole's going to go for 9, 10, 11. I don't think Cole's fumbled all year. That could be the first or second fumble that he's had all year long. And DePere giving him hope, right?
Takes over on the Pirates.
Yeah, you can see it right there. Just Alexander just wrenching on the right arm, rips it free. In one play and a fumble. And DePere will take over 8 seconds later. 8:34 in the first quarter. They mark at the plus 36-yard line. First and 10 for the Bayport offense, and Arndt get flushed from the right side, trying to step up and run. Scrambles around 1, and he'll get up to Grosskreutz. And the linebacking core, and he'll be stopped.
That time JoJo came untouched. Just couldn't finish him off, but De Pere's going to have to find a better way to elude that blitz if the Pirates continue to do that, knowing that De Pere's going to throw the football a lot. 4 down territory, I'm assuming here, if they need it for De Pere.
32-yard line.
Mark Werzinger's listening to us, watching it on Channel 32. It's an interesting choice. Mark with a gain of 4 and first down as the Redbirds get to the 32. High snap's going to go off the hands of Arndt all the way back towards midfield, and he will escape. Nope, he will not escape one. Thrown all the way back into De Pere territory by Landon Gauthier.
So once again, a mistake by De Pere. They're taking them now in position where it's 3rd and a long way. So kind of a game of mistakes.
19-yard loss. $7:15 to go here in the first quarter. Well, now I don't think it's 4th down territory.
Probably not, Chris. I'm wrong a lot. That's what I'm good at.
Arndt takes the snap. Good protection. Now pressure off the right side, and he is going to get drilled as the ball gets up into the air, and great coverage by Landon Gauthier on the near sideline, trying to stay with Hayden May.
Gauthier with the coverage for Bayport.
Boy, Arndt isn't going to be able to take too many of those hits from a Division I commit. JoJo Asur, committed to North Dakota State University. He'll be playing at the Division I level.
Mike O'Reilly listening in out there tonight to us.
Deep for the Pirates. Arndt set to punt for the Redbirds.
Mike, golf partner of mine, roommate of mine when we go for a golf trip, so call out to Mike.
Arndt will get a punt away, and it will be Corshane. He'll take it from the 17, trying to sidestep a guy, gets to the 20. And then a swarm of Redbirds throws Corshane down back at the 17-yard line. Jason Ripley golfed 27 holes in 84 degrees today. I'm sure you checked in with Glenn today that it is 43 as we sit here at De Pere High School. Our lacrosse contingency, Ethan Michaels listening in, also alum Sawyer Stimson.
Great to have all those listeners. Bayport back to where they were before. Will they be patient, continue to run the football? They do.
Same exact play, left side, and Benson's going to get free, and he's going to have a foot race on the far sideline. Cole Benson at the 40. Far side 25. No flags behind the play. Touchdown, Bayport Pirates.
That's Cole Benson responding, Chris.
Touchdown, Cole Benson.
Wow, what a play by Cole Benson. You think Cole had a little edge to him maybe on that sidelines after fumbling it? Cole takes it the distance. The Bayport goes up 6-0.
He just simply powered to the left. They get a kick out
Chris,
here.
One of the things you forgot earlier today was the starting lineups and who we're looking at, and obviously it's his special teams crew of Lucas Bradley, our center, Ethan Houle, our holder, and Owen Belial, I'm sorry. I need my glasses on. Sorry, Owen. Our kicker.
Owen having a wonderful season, number 54. And he will put this one up towards the uprights.
Another one through.
And through.
Owen Belial has been solid.
Your Redbirds nothing.
So just like that, Bayport strikes 7-0 Pirates as we update the Twitter universe.
So as always, listener we're listening from, Ann Schluter tuning in from Kenosha. Partial to the defense, they said. Well, defense has already stood up twice. Maybe De Pere hurting themselves, but nonetheless. Paul Santelli watching with us, Danny Connie DeMille, Terry Dalton, Mitch Meyer. Great to have you all with us.
Mitch Meyer's got a big game coming up this week, Powder Puff.
Oh.
Mitch also a middle school coach at Bayview.
They only have a week and a half left. The 18th, I think, is the last day.
Well, they have a little shorter season than the high schoolers. So Cole Benson taking it to the house. Cole's uncle sent a nice letter to us.
Yes, that was awesome.
That was outstanding getting that. Cole's uncle will be here for the final game of the season. Looking forward to meeting him.
Kick far side. It will be taken on the hash and taken by one of the return brothers, Lucas Koski, the sophomore of the Koski tailbacks. Lucas and Devin, 34 and 11. We have the Bradleys, Jed and Jim, traveling back from Kansas City listening in. Great to have you. This is Brad's, right? The Bradley, Jed Bradley's neck of the woods, isn't it? Isn't he a De Pere officer, right?
I think he is a De Pere. Oh, he's an officer. I'm not sure if De Pere is his jurisdiction or not.
27-yard line, the Redbirds will take over. 6:24.
Entertaining first 7 minutes here tonight.
3 wide receivers, a tight end to the left side, and a jet motion pass ahead to May, and he's never going to get back to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose about 3 yards, push back inside the 26 to the 25.
That play shouldn't fool the Pirates. They see it all the time in practice.
Every single day.
And it didn't, as May probably ran out of bounds faster than anybody I've ever seen in my life right there.
Julia Robach watching on TV, listening here. Is our TV coverage that poor?
I don't think so.
I'm not going to say I think our production is better at Channel 32.
It's probably just easier just to have it on TV and listen to us and turn Mino down. I mean, obviously.
I think our video is pretty good. And Aiden,
so do I.
Student producer again. Alexander trying to power the right side, and Bayport's got to push. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard more as we get to the halfway mark of the opening quarter. Jessica Hudak watching with us. Tamara Baldwin. Deputy Werner obviously did not make the trip because he's watching with us. Carrie Voteline.
Deputy Werner's probably, I'm sure he's cuddled up in a little blanket on the couch. Would you think the same, Chris? Maybe a little popcorn? Sandwich, possibly?
Maybe. He's got the dog, right?
Yep. It's a chilly night.
Is that what he had?
Chilly night? Yeah, could have chili. Be a nice
3rd and 9
afternoon.
for the De Pere offense. 2 receivers to the right. Tight end shifts to the right side of the line. Easton Arndt with a clean rush from the near side. He's going to have to get it away down the sideline and overthrows everybody. As JoJo just a slight delay blitz from the near side, and that is causing troubles right now for the De Pere offense as he's coming.
Well, they haven't blocked him yet.
No.
You'd think that.
I'd advise blocking
him. I mean, I told JoJo this week once again, because we don't know how to pronounce his last name very well. Still, I hear. I don't. I said we just go with JoJo, and everybody knows who that is.
Happy anniversary shout out.
Al Smith, listening from Play Bistro on their 28th wedding anniversary. Shout out to Al, the Green Bay West graduate.
3rd punt already in the first 6:41, and Corshane's going to try to get to the 45-yard line, and he'll get up to the 47. T-Bix is watching 32 and listening in with us. Great to have you.
2017 graduate of Bayport High School, Tyler Bix. Tyler calls me a couple times a week. Tyler, one of the most famous alumni out there. Hey, talked to A.J. Corshane today. He's promising me before the end of the season, Chris. I said, we'll save it for a big one, A.J.
Pirates get an 83-yard touchdown run last time. They're going to go to the exact same play, and arm tackle's broken by Benson. Now reverse field to the near side. And he's going to gain 12 yards down to the 41-yard line. Boy, quarterback power, obviously, all 3 drives.
Well, I went to practice yesterday. The last 4 plays they ran were just that play. Benson, and Benson. It's a law firm almost. Watch out for booking gear here.
Yeah, you really haven't been able to get off script because right. 1 play fumble, 1 play touchdown. Now you actually have to run the second play on what the play calls. Beth, the fullback, right off of the hip of the center. I'd imagine it's a run behind him, and it is. Buckiner hesitates between the tackles. He'll get inside the 35, pushing forward to the 34-yard line. 7 yards on Blake's first tote with 4.5 minutes in pushing here in the first.
This is exactly what Bayport wanted to do. Control the football in between the tackles and not give De Pere any life. They did a little bit. Cole put that one on the ground, but Cole quickly made up for that one with that 70-plus yard run.
83.
It
is 70-plus.
70-plus. I was going to go 60-plus. That way I knew I wasn't getting it wrong.
2nd and 3 yards ago. Bring a man in motion. Shipley is the receiver near side. Khalees went in motion, and a stiff arm from Buckiner, and he'll be taken down. A very nice open field tackle by Grant Faber, the 5'8 senior.
for the Redbirds.
I mean, if the Pirates want to, I don't recommend it, but they could throw it anytime they want for a touchdown right here.
Ball on the Redbird 27-yard line.
Pirates going to go a little hurry up tempo.
27-yard line for the Pirates as they try to go to the right side of your television screen, your phone, however you're watching with us. Chris, Mike, and Aiden from Nowak Family Field. 3 receivers near side, actually. Direct snap to Benson. He's going to try to get a block on the edge, trying to get around one, breaks a tackle, inside the 20, sidesteps a guy, down towards the 17-yard line, just 10, 11 yards on a play where all of them were after contact.
Yeah, arm tackling Cole Benson's not going to work, and you've witnessed that 4 times on that play.
Pat Bryan listening from Athelstein, Wisconsin. Elaine Crone. Mitchell Bartline, Jess Jocks cheering for Drew and the gang. Jessica Hudak, John Lesko, Jack Herman. Great to have you all with us. Jalen Danforth and the alum. 1st and 10, and a quick screen to the far side, and Khalees will be taken out of bounds after a quick gain of 4 yards on the pass completion.
We've talked about Carter Khalees all year, how much he's improved during the course of the season. He has become a threat, no question, on offense, the junior. Out of the backfield, he's carried a few times too.
Hey, Mike Nickerson's watching with us.
Hey, Nick. Welcome to the broadcast. Mike, a former staff member at Bayport, now with Pulaski, has a great job on the PA.
Pulaski is at Southwest, so free night for Mr. Nickerson. Sprint to the near side, and Benson's going to be running it the entire way. Bayport gets a big block from Montgomery. Benson reaching for the pylon. Touchdown, Bayport Pirates.
You show that one over on replay. Watch number 3, Tevin Montgomery. Wow. You don't often talk about that offensive line that's been so good for the Pirates, led by Dante Drahikio. And in that time, Tevin Montgomery in the tailback position did some serious damage on that play. Cole Benson with the 2nd touchdown.
So Benson, 12-yard keeper.
Bradley to Hool. Belisle once again knocks that one through, and the Pirates take a quick 14-0 lead tonight. Happy homecoming to the Pere right now.
From Louisville, Texas. Cool evening for us from Tom Hubin. I don't know if Brad. You think Brad's doing homework? Is that what he's doing?
He's correcting papers, obviously. That's what he's doing. And getting
well, the dog's watching.
The dog's watching the game closer than Brad is right now, it appears.
I could say that we scheduled wrestling interview at halftime, level 1 in 2 weeks. We're going to have Jacob Ward, because next week we're going to have the commissioner.
The commish.
Gary Sievert.
Fresh off of hip surgery, but he's claimed he can make it up the bleachers.
That's what he said. But so next week the commissioner, level 1 of the postseason. Bayport's clinched a playoff spot, so wherever we are, hopefully it's at home, Jacob Ward will be with us at the half.
Jacob, state champion. Watch out for wrestling. We got some interesting things planned broadcast-wise in wrestling this year.
We'll be with Mike Nickerson at the Battle on the Bay this year. We'll be broadcasting or video streaming the finals. Ball is loose across the 30. Bayport thinks they have it. Pushing from the white jerseys. Obviously, they're going to think that they have it no matter what.
And the Pirates have it.
And the football comes out with 44. That being Ethan Farley, speaking of wrestling.
Did Ethan get that or Landon Gauthier get that?
44 had it.
Ethan Farley's got a broken thumb. If Ethan got that one, he's playing with a broken thumb. Talked to him this week, and now if you're the Pirates, you got a chance to bust this one wide open. Would not be surprised right here if Coach Westerman
goes up
top. Watch out for shakes here. Brett Shipley, number 4, can get past pretty much anybody, and he's shown that all year. So watch for a little hesitation move here to Shipley.
Plus 30-yard line for Bayport, and they're going to keep it on the ground. And pushing right side, it's the quarterback, and he will gain 4 yards.
Kincaid with the tackle for the Redbirds.
Tackle made by Brennan Kincaid. Speaking of the wrestling community, Brennan's dad, Matt, former wrestling coach for De Pere. It's all tying in right now.
Great
perfectly.
to see these multiple sport athletes playing.
I think Brennan was a regional champ.
I called it
top, and
I think Brett was so open he stopped. Shakes did. Brett kind of got so open that he thought Cole wasn't going to lead him, and he kind of stopped at about the 6-yard line.
With the throw.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, that's
Carter Calise with the throw on that one?
Another wrestler.
Wow.
That's all we're staying on right now.
A lot of wrestling stuff going on right now.
Grappling out there.
3rd and 6.
Poor Carter doing it all. Catching it, running it, passing it.
3rd and 6 for the Bayport offense after the incompletion. Just the second throw tonight. This one yields no yards, and he'll be booking her right side. She gets ahead of steam down to the 21-yard line. Bayport needs the 20, so it's going to be 4th and about a long one, maybe 2.
Got like Cole Benson getting the ball here, Chris. We're going to bring in that Pirate package, jumbo package.
They call it jumbo. Pirate is
something of
the past, I guess.
Something that has not been real successful
Nope.
this year for the Pirates. Just a lot of bodies, and sometimes they get in the way of each other. But I think Cole Benson keeps this one all by himself here and possibly gives it to Tevin.
Left side, Benson needs the 20, and he sidesteps a guy, gets inside the 20, down to the 18, but that's more than enough to get to the first down.
A little different on that way. Off tackle that time instead of between the tackles. I like that. Gives Cole a space with a little zone blocking scheme there for Cole to pick the hole, and he takes advantage of it. It's 1st and 10 Pirates. Now on to Pier's 18-yard line. Mike O'Reilly, my golf partner, is listening to us and viewing our broadcast tonight.
There we go.
So
that's what we
he's
need.
doing it the right way.
Yep.
Not surprised by Mike.
18-yard
play
line.
golf with him tomorrow.
It's going to get down to 34. I hope your tee time's not too soon.
Tee time's around noon tomorrow.
Okay, you should be good.
Should be good.
Yeah, you'll be at least 35.
Right. We hit it solid like you do, Chris, all the time. The hands don't have to worry about any.
55 I show for noon tomorrow, but sunshine, pure
Perfect.
sunshine. You'll get back in time maybe to watch the Jim Leonard era begin.
2:30 tomorrow at Northwestern.
Well, thank goodness it's 2:30 because at Northwestern 11 a.m. games aren't good. 2nd and 8 for the Bayport offense. Receiver either side of the line, and coming in motion will be Calise. Booking her, trying to get a block in front. They pitch it out to Calise. Gets inside the 10, and he'll be pushed out of bounds at the 9-yard line. A yard shy of the sticks as they bring up 3rd down. And that will be the last play of quarter number 1, it appears, as we will flip-flop ends. So end of the first. Here from the home of the Redbirds. But the Pirates, they lead at 14-0. You're listening to Bayport Pirate Football.
That's the end of the first.
Howard, Swamico area.
Alex and Danielle here with your local budget blinds. We know you're on a budget with both time and money, so we make it easy.
We come over with our free in-home consultation and free design services for blinds, drapes, and shutters. You pick what you want, we measure, and you get the quote before we leave. And to top that off, right now, get 25% off. We have financing available and lifetime warranties.
Blinds installed in a couple hours.
Now that's easy. Call now.
Luxury vinyl floors are waterproof, kid-proof, and pet-proof, so they can stand up to real-life conditions. You'll find the largest selection at Mako's. Do it yourself or trust our guaranteed installation. Mako's, your premier flooring center. Now that's value.
You're listening to Bayport Pirate Sports on NEW Sports Radio at newsportsradio.com.
First quarter stats, Bayport 166 yards, De Pere 24.
That would mean Bayport's probably winning. 14-0, Pirates driving here to begin the second quarter. Homecoming from De Pere.
Mark it 3rd and 2. From the 10, the Pirates need the 8. As the Pirates will now march to the left side of your TV screen, if you are so inclined to watch with us.
And we hope you are. Hope you're
Chrissy,
enjoying your night.
Mike Wathke watching with us. Tim Wendland, Rose Flowers, Heather Travis Orlando.
3rd and 2.
With some future Pirates, I'm sure. Montgomery, the tailback. next to Benson, and they're just going to follow Montgomery. Cole gets inside the 8, pushing forward inside the 5, and he takes on 4 Redbirds down to the 2-yard line. It's first and goal.
Cole Benson having a day. Now they're going to stay in that formation. Might give it to Tevin here. Why not? I mean, Jerry's up at 1 a.m. in England. Might as well be able to watch his son get a touchdown.
He had 3 in the first half last week, and Tevin to the right side of the quarterback with a man in front of him. Nope, it's going to be Benson following right behind the lead back. And into the end zone untouched. Touchdown, Bayport Pirates.
So Bayport right now doing anything they want to. You got to remember, Cole fumbled on Pirates' first drive. Pirates kicked off. Cole fumbled, then the Pirates get the ball back, and Cole takes it 83 yards for a touchdown. Doug Ritchie reports Kimberly 17-0 over Neenah right now. You think they were ready after their loss to Fond du Lac? It appears they are.
That one might be over.
Coach Michaelwitz last year here at De Pere, now at Kimberly.
Belial for the extra point duties. Up and through 21-0 with 11:40 to play in the second.
Lucas Bradley and Ethan Hool on the hold.
So 2 yards by Benson. He's got 3 rushing scores already.
He might set a single-game Bayport record. Do we know what that record is, Chris? Or is that the third quarter trivia question?
No, that is not the third quarter trivia. Third quarter trivia does involve this Redbird team.
Boy, that narrows it down, Chris.
Mike Jamison won last week. 21-0. Oh boy, a little basement work for the Jocks family, it looks like.
Working on that now while listening to the broadcast?
Well, Joe is working second shift today.
Oh.
So maybe he was home doing that.
So Joe's listening and watching, probably.
Joe with the kick, squib up the hash. Probably plucked his shoelaces at the 11, trying to get to the near side across the 25. And JoJo with a tackle. And then Bayport, some stupidity at the end, keeps pushing.
JoJo with the kick, JoJo with the tackle, JoJo with part of a penalty. Guy's doing it all. Not a nicer kid than JoJo.
Studying for a big micro exam. Kylie Schutte listening from Mankato.
That's it, Kylie, showing the Bayport alumni out there studying hard on a Friday night.
Mike's favorite, miking up the officials.
Yeah, not a preferred thing of mine. A high school official just not ready for that. I'm thinking more times than not, Chris, we'd have to agree that sometimes they stumble over their words, much like us.
All right, timeout. Grandpa and Grandma Benson are no longer in New York till this week. They are watching from Deltona, Florida.
Wow.
They've seen Cole already rush in three times for touchdowns.
Didn't know the Benson grandparents were snowbirds.
Are they coming next week for senior night? Grandma Karen, let us know.
We'd love to have them. We'll get them on the air possibly between quarters. Uh-oh.
Orange is running for his life.
Aren't the ball carrier.
Yeah, right now when De Pere drops back to pass.
Easton doesn't have time.
Easton is pretty much dropping back and then making whatever he can have happen because Bayport's on top of him, blitzing there. Tommy Hall, JoJo Ozer, and that tough front three for the Pirates.
There's a stack group of trips to the top of your screen. Maybe a bubble screen up there. Get some blocking as Gauthier's head up on the front man. Now he'll back off a little bit. Single coverage to the bottom of your screen, 10 guarding 10. And there's a deep man again in the formation. Now Arndt jump throw across the middle and a nice grab made. On the grab, Devin Koski, the 5'11 senior.
You don't even see that guy back there lined up 15 yards back. It looks like a Canadian football game almost.
It does. Almost like a arena league. Get a head start running, right?
You can't start running before it's snapped. It'd be illegal motion, but adding the snap, that person 15 yards back comes running to the line as fast as they can.
1st and 10 Redbirds to the Bayport 43-yard line. 5 wide receivers, one of them a tight end. That is Gene off the near side hip of the tackle. Arndt looking to the sideline for the play call. Getting it straight from Coach Strickland. Easton barking out the singles. Quarterback draw, trying the right side. Gets through one arm tackle, but not the next, as Tommy Hall will converge on the young QB and push him back as we approach 10.5 to go. Ken Ashman watching with us. Jill Fournette. The Knoll boys, they're fishing. John and Jordan are fishing, so Jean's watching from home while she waits. Karen for Kylan. Dante Drahikio's grandma watching from home. John Lesko from Minong.
Jordan, quite a player, back that class of 2017, receiver. Player of the year, I think, conference
Sure was.
receiver.
In multiple sports, he was player of the year. Football and basketball.
Athletic ability from mom, Jean.
Quarterback run to the near side, and Arndt is going to be avoiding a Corshane tackle, but then taken down from the top side. Down to the 36 near side hash. It will be 3rd and 3 upcoming.
So it appeared trying to get a drive, get on the board, and get back into this football game. Best drive of the night for the Redbirds right here. Definitely 4-down territory.
Mason Stennard watching with us. Evan Frenshu with his roommate Nick Berry. So we've got both Berries watching. Run up the middle. They're just going to keep it on the ground as they spread out the Pirates now, and it appears that Arndt is just going to try to keep finding his way through.
Easton Art's been impressive. He's eluded the rush. He's elusive between the tackles. He's been the offense for the Pere tonight.
First down.
Caden Lewis, though, having his way in there, 76. Back in the backfield a number of times already tonight.
Down to the 32-yard line for the Redbird offense. Again, they defeated Bayport. The Pirates' lone regular season loss gave the Redbirds a conference title.
Bayport kicked off in this game. They'll receive the kick in the third quarter.
Bring May in motion. They're going to hand it off underneath. And Koski's going to break a tackle up to the next level. Gauthier will bring him down. Or rather, Holtz will bring him down, but not before a gain of 8 on the ground.
Little misdirection off tackle there. Nice play by De Pere. Adjustments need to be made by the Pirates on that one. I'm sure they will do that on the sidelines when they get together with Coach Krause, if they can get off the field here before a score.
That might have been the first carry tonight for Devin Koski, who's been kind of their lead tailback most of the season. He has the most carries by quite a few. Michael Alexander, obviously in this big game, you want one of your leaders to be physical, and he was doing that in the early going. But Koski comes in motion. They're going to fake it to him and play action pass. Vaughn Campbell, pressure underneath, over the top, throw over the middle, through the hands of the defensive back, A.J. Corshane. He had an opportunity at the goal line to come down with it.
Vaughn Campbell, that front three, Campbell, Grosskreutz, Lewis, getting pressure on their own up the middle.
3rd and a long 2. They're inside the 25. They need the 22. This would be categorized as 4-down territory.
That's usually my line, Chris, but you can go ahead and use it.
Well, you were wrong last time. I figured I got to use it now.
Good point. Happens a few times a game that I'm wrong.
We've seen Arndt keep it on crucial downs, so designed run with him perhaps. Bring a man in motion. Arndt sprint to the near side, looking in the flat. He'll throw it in the flat, and a grab will be made down to the 22. Corshane immediately with a hit. Somehow Grant Ho-Ho holding on. The senior Ho-Ho, whose brother is playing football at UW La Crosse.
Great play by A.J. Corshane there, but it's a first down, Redbirds. Redbirds trying to get something going here and get back in this football game. Bayport looking for a stop to maintain this 21-point lead.
Cole Smith, Bayport freshman and family listening from the Northwoods.
That'd be chilly up there, Chris.
I'm assuming colder than us, right?
Probably. Usually that's the way it is the farther north you go. I'm no meteorologist, but
Koski shifts to the right side of his QB. Bayport 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers, and a timeout's going to be exhausted by the Redbirds here with 7:20 to play in the second quarter. Bayport's got themselves a 21-0 lead.
Now, obviously, that timeout they took after the first play of the game was more of an official's timeout, Chris?
Yes.
Fans, you're invited to celebrate the fifth quarter at Chicago.
Tweet the booth at Voice of BP or at Bayport HS. We'd love to hear from you. Chris and Mike, Aiden, our student producer, with us tonight. And at halftime, we will have John Kinziger, the All-State guard from the Redbirds basketball team.
At Chicago Street Pub Junior.
Should be a fun interview with Johnny.
Should be if the interview person does a nice job with it. That would be me, correct?
Yes.
And Johnny will take us where the interview will go. Obviously, no canned questions.
Never.
Never.
Amy Hosking.
Johnny really good basketball player. 5'10", 5'11", maybe 6 feet with his shoes on.
Pat Dennis is watching with us. You can let us know where you might be listening from. We'd love to hear from you. Pirates 21-0. De Beers got 1st and 10 after the ho-ho first down conversion. Play action. Throw it over the middle, off the hands of the intended receiver. And Gene is going to be hurt. I was just going to get into talking about him. The tight end, Noah Gene, committed to North Dakota, Division I commit. But he is down on the turf.
Didn't really see what happened on that play. Maybe the replay will show us that.
Want to watch a kid get hurt?
Just want to make sure he's okay, Chris.
We're not going to watch the replay.
I think Mason Clark was on the coverage on that play, but I'm hoping he just got the wind knocked out of him.
Did jam his finger maybe? It came right off the top of his mitts.
So DePere takes a knee, and we're hoping that Redbird player's okay and can walk on his own. Coach Strickland out there, and Coach Strickland's going to come off the field, and hopefully that's a good sign.
Pirate fans, Redbird fans alike, at Voice of BP, at Bayport HS. Redbird fans sent us a note. DePere has us broadcasting on the DePere Redbird YouTube channel as well, so it's not just our stuff again, much like what Schwaberman had us do last week to their channel.
The opportunity to get out this game out to as many people as possible is kind of what we're all about, whether you're a former student or, last week someone from Australia, former foreign exchange student, listening in. So it's all across the country, across the world on your internet connection.
There's no way Jerry is up at 4 a.m. in London, right? I think it's the same as always, right? No breaking what you do.
Well, Jerry said it was 1 o'clock there, didn't he?
Well, right, but so in less than 3 hours, is he getting up?
Well, he's probably still up because he's watching the game, Chris. Your kid's playing, Chris. You're obviously going to be watching the game.
Is he going in at 4?
Well, he's not going to go into Green Bay. It'd be a long commute. That's all I got to say.
What did he say it was 8-hour flight? Was it a 6 hour? 6.5.
The flight looked like it was a nice plane when it left Green Bay. Was it called a Dreamliner, I think was the name of it?
Something along your lines.
It does look like a hand injury.
7:14 to go here in the second quarter. Bayport a 21-0 lead. Redbirds have 2nd and 10 as they approach the Bayport red zone. 3 receivers left. And they're going to hand off to the near side, trying to get the edge, waiting for it. Clark will be blocked. They will stand up the ball carrier after a gain to the 20. And Koski.
And a late flag on the play. I think that's going to be on DePere.
Flag on the play.
Player came in late on that play. Thinking possibly blocking the back. Saw that player lineman came in late and blocked somebody in the back.
Well, I do appreciate that he's not calling out individual numbers.
Yeah, that's frowned upon in high school athletics. You don't want to call a kid out.
10 yards from the spot of the foul, move it back to the 30.
With the penalty, ball on the Bayport 30-yard line.
So replay second down. As the Redbirds come to the line. 3 receivers left. Doreen, Ho-Ho, and May. Arndt is going to bobble the ball in the backfield. Late rush from Caden Lewis and the Bayport Pirates. Throw near side, and it's going to be picked off but out of bounds. Mason Clark catches it on the white stripe. That is not on the playing surface.
Then it's not picked out if it's out of bounds, right? Would you agree on that, Chris?
I would.
Okay, good. I want to clarify that.
3rd and 19.
He caught it out of bounds, though. Every time DePere gets something going, they back up a few yards.
And it's kind of been their own fault each time.
It's not our fault they're getting penalties.
Well, I mean,
kind of is our
block
fault.
in the back. That's because the defender was beating the guy, right?
Could have been.
Technically. Arndt on 3rd and 19. Pressure off the far side. Flushed. Arndt trying to get around 1. Flag flies, and he'll be stood up after a gain of 4.
We had a lot of flags.
Oh. Flag on the play.
Possible holding on the Pirates.
Montgomery comes up limping. You don't like to see that either.
Nope, Tevin's going to go out. He's had that bad calf Achilles area that he's been working on.
They're going to bring in Atkilski. Hunter filled in admirably.
Hunter's played really, really well for the Pirates. So now we're going to march it the other way, and at this pace, we should be home by tomorrow.
So 10 yards from the spot of the foul on the defensive hold, it appears. So we go from 3rd and 19 to 3rd and 5.
The Thorson family listening in. Nate, Matt, Jim from Windsor Lodge in northwest Wisconsin. They say go Pirates.
5 wideouts in the formation for the Redbirds. 6:10 clock moving here in quarter number 2. DePere trying to get on the scoreboard. Arndt talking to his offensive lineman, goes back to the shotgun. It's an empty backfield with him. He'll take the snap, and then a delayed draw to the far side. Gets around Campbell inside the 10. Easton Arndt inside the 5. Push to the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown DePere Redbirds. Boy, great run and vision by the quarterback, and Arndt does the rest.
It's been all Easton Arndt in regards to the offense for DePere. Bayport just needs to spy him, as he's really been the only weapon that DePere has had tonight. DePere on the board to try to make this a football game.
Lost on to attempt the extra point.
Gets around the defensive end, and then look at the cut right there at the 10. Gets in the 5, diving forward, touchdown. Good athletic move by the QB, a 16-yard keeper.
Update to Twitterverse. So DePere on the board here in their 2022 homecoming. Huge crowd here tonight. Big set of bleachers, seats over a little over 2,000, and it's packed. Yeah, on the other side, about 800. So you've got about probably, with people lining the fences here.
Happy 80th, Mom.
Kathy Westerman, 80th birthday today. Saw her last night. Wished her happy birthday at the freshman game. I'd say about 3,500 people here tonight, 4,000 maybe. Pirates will
21-7.
Return a kick for the first time tonight.
Onside kick goes through one. Hool loses it, and then he'll get it back.
Nice play by Ethan Hool there. Good hands. Ethan reached out and got that ball. And is that who came up with it?
Yes. It was laying right next to him. Then all of a sudden he looked to his right like he was losing his pillow.
He quickly got it, however.
That was going to fall off the edge of the bed.
Hool recovering the onside kick for Bayport.
Pirates now will come out and I think try to establish that run game like they've done so far. It's been all Cole Benson for the Pirates. Blake Bookinger, a couple carries tonight, but Cole carrying the brunt of the load here tonight.
Shipley top. Bottom of your screen goes Calise. There goes Carter. And they're going to speed option to the right side. He fumbled it. Gets a friendly hop. And Carter is going to gain 6 yards on it. That doesn't often bounce straight up to you, but that one was fortunate.
Fortuitous hop. Carter gets that one back and gains 5 yards and gets out of bounds. 5:35 left second quarter.
Grandma Linda watching with us. Vaughn Campbell's grandma watching from right in town here in De Pere.
Vaughn, always a smile on his face. The big man, also the heavyweight wrestler for the Pirates.
Benson fakes it, keeps it up the middle, gets the first down, picks up 7. First and 10.
Yeah, people don't really tackle Cole, they catch Cole. Because Cole definitely wins the law of physics, as they say, on these plays.
Only Bayport 48-yard line.
Brett Shipley better get shakes there, better get seal the football and get on the right side of it. Bayport probably can throw whenever they want to right here.
3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Bryn Bookinger in motion. And they're looking deep. Great protection in front. Benson's going to throw it for Houle down the middle. He's got it inside the 20. Ethan Houle to the end zone. Touchdown, Bayport Pirates.
So it's how appropriate. Ethan Houle makes a great play in the onside kick to get the ball, and the senior scores his first career touchdown. Benson had a choice. It was Houle or Shakes, and he went to Houle down the middle, and Houle turned on the afterburners and scores the quick 6 for the Pirates. Ethan, defensive back earlier this year, they converted the receiver, and he's done a nice job at that receiver position. And he's an even better holder.
48-yard reception, Houle.
John Houle, his dad, who teaches that.
Oh, he brings down a high snap even.
He's done it all.
Look at that
onside
drive.
Kick. Catch it, now get the hold down. I mean, triple threat.
Wow.
John Houle, his dad, teacher at Bayview. So shout out to him.
The official medical partner of De Pere High School Athletics. Learn more about Aurora Baker's comprehensive sports medicine service.
Yeah, that picture of Coach Shevchik here, he's kind of got a mohawk look going, too. Looks to be thinning.
He looks like he just finished a week of school.
He look.
Athletic trainer Chris Miller and physician's assistant Alan Barda.
So we update Twitterverse. Pirates, just like they did against that Schwabenon. That Schwabenon scores. Pirates come back quickly, 2 plays, back on the board.
.453 before half.
JoJo to kick. A lot of people listening out there, a lot of people tweeting in, calling in, texting in, trying to get all your names. JoJo kicks that one down about the 8-yard line. Shipley had a chance to get him at the 15, didn't, and they chased him out of bounds at about the 26.
Shoved out of bounds as he nears the 30-yard line.
Gauthier forcing him out.
Nick Remacher, David Naniot.
Begins on there.
The Radish boys listening out there tonight. And last time I checked, 8 o'clock is bedtime for the Radish family. So it's time to get the boys tucked in, James. Make sure they clean their room before you do that. And have a good evening.
I'm sure Baby O will lead the charge, right? Because Braden's not going to?
Probably, you're correct. James doing laundry, he says, and some ironing right now.
Just put his 90 on a few minutes ago. Alexander trying to keep it between the tackles. He'll get 3 yards up to the 32-yard line.
Gauthier with the tackle for Bayport.
So now DePere trying to fight back again, down 21 again, 28-7. Pirates explosive on offense.
John Kinziger at halftime reminder. Easton Arndt's going to throw a lateral backwards, trying to get May in.
Oh, what a play.
Movement and in space, and he's going to be brought down after Holtz, a great open field tackle.
Noah Holtz is a sure tackling cornerback.
Mike Zahn watching from Swamico. Forest Lake, Minnesota, Aaron Nicholson. Grant Botts, Rickles' brother-in-law, watching from Chandler, Arizona. Brian Schaefer from Fish Creek.
Dr. Schaefer, another one of my golfing friends. Dr. Brian Schaefer, the dentist.
3rd and 4 for the DePere offense. Back at their own 35-yard line. Arndt facing a 4-man rush. Steps up now to the near side, looking deep, looking to scramble. He needs to get to the 39, and the Pirates will stop him at the 30, about the 8. Yard and a half short.
Now if you're DePere, you need 4th and 1. You think you're going to go for it, but you haven't run the ball successfully all night. Your best plays have been with your quarterback, either scrambling or planned, so you got to think Easton's going to keep the ball here.
Well, down 3 scores. Don't have much to lose here. It's your own 38-yard line, 4th and 1. Now he's going to go under center. And now the left guard moves. So that is going to be, they were never intending to snap it. And that's going to bring up 4th and 6.
Coach Shefchik has confirmed the fact that his hair's messed up is due to a long week of school.
Halftime, Kiel leads Valor 7-0.
Oh, sandwich time, and the sandwich bowl, as we'll call that one. And Learman defeating Wallander right now.
And the 2 officials. Under 3 minutes.
Okay, AJ, is it time?
2:45 and rolling. Near punt block. And a fair catch made at the shoulders. 37-yard line. Bayport will take over on offense with a 28-7 lead.
Fans, once again, tonight is senior night. Be sure to stick around after the game for the senior walk and the fireworks show. Brought to you by Green Bay.
So 2:37 left, and if you know Coach Westerman, this is the time he enjoys. 3 timeouts, 2-minute offense. Wants the Pirates to get some practice here, and he sees this always as an opportunity before the half, and in this case, a little 2-for-1, where the Pirates could score here possibly and then get the ball back in the 3rd quarter.
Buckner to the near side, maybe a swing pass to get him. Nope, they're going to send him in motion instead. Opposite line of thinking. And Benson up the right side, and he's just going to power forward for 9. Cross the 45, up to the 46-yard line as we get under 2.5 minutes to go before halftime.
That offensive line just doing an outside job. Jake Lindquist in there. Dante Drahikio, we've talked about before.
Peters, Michaels.
Who are we missing?
Pierce Schaefer, did you say?
Yep.
Buckner, direct snap. Left side, cuts back inside the 50.
Bookie just elusive, to say the least.
Alex Warden, right? Or is that
Osbar with the tackle for the Redbirds.
Going back to thinking wrestling season. Warden's not in there.
6-yard line, 1st down, Bayport.
So 1:52 and counting. Bayport still plenty of time. 3 timeouts left before half.
You got the 3-headed monster in the backfield, and they're going to give it to Calise on the single wing carry off the right side. 5 yards to the 41.
They just keep getting 6, 7. That time they tackled Cole Benson. Cole didn't even have the football. But Cole's had a great first half. His season, exceptional season, just continues.
2nd down from the Redbird 41-yard line.
The wing T single wing look. And Shipley's going to be deep, and Bayport's going to throw it up to him. Inside the 10, Brett Shipley to the end zone. Touchdown, Bayport Pirates.
They call him Shakes. Brett Shipley has gotten behind every defense this year and once again gets behind De Pere. And Bayport making it look pretty easy right now on offense. They lead 34-7.
Snap to Benson, immediately takes a drop, but the defensive backs were pressing forward, and Shipley the grab right there at the 10. Into the end zone, 34-7.
Belial on for the extra point.
Bradley, snapper. Hool the holder. Belial the kicker. Line is down. Snap good. Hold good. Belial good.
To the right. Misses it
Oh,
wide.
he missed it right.
First extra point miss of the year.
Sue used to Owen making those, but missed that one just right. They're kind of conferring down there. So still 1:08 left here, first half. Homecoming, so I'm guessing we got a long 20-minute halftime. So Johnny better be ready to talk. Johnny Kinzinger, De Pere point guard, I would say.
Would he consider himself a point? I mean,
we're going to ask him.
He shoots the most.
Well, I tell you what, I've seen Johnny play a lot. He's a pretty patient player. He's not a bring it down and hoist it up before he get his teammates involved. And we'll talk about that, the importance of a very good De Pere basketball team this year.
De Pere, number 1 preseason ranking in the state.
That means they're pretty good.
They're pretty talented. It's not just him. It's a lot of the coach.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's all coaching.
And the rest of the crew, right?
And it's who your relation is. Kelly Miro being Johnny Kinzinger's aunt.
Some good size with Hornseth in the middle and amongst others. And they're going to Gabe Herman back, who is perhaps the best on-ball defender.
Oh, that ball squirts out, and they're going to call it down. You know why that's not a fumble, Chris?
Because the guy's knee was down before he fumbled.
Well, actually, because the ref said it wasn't a fumble.
Gabe Herman, basketball. He's like the Jordan Knoll, right? Just who's your best player? I'm going to guard him.
Right.
And I'm excited that he'll be able to come back for basketball season.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You never want
Huge
to see anybody
contributor.
get hurt.
Averaged just 7 points a game last year, but very good in his role.
If you're De Pere here 34-7, you think about trying to score here?
Well, you always thinking about scoring.
The odds right now,
and get
though,
into the end zone.
I can guarantee you that Coach Westerman's thinking about calling timeouts.
Snap throw near side. Little flare. And up across the 35 to the 38-yard line. Nice little wrinkle as the Miros are listening.
So now De Pere gives themselves some room. The Miros are listening. Be careful.
First down, Redbirds.
Clock running. Aren't as Gothier gets loose. Throw near side and push out of bounds is Ho-Ho. Up to the 46. 40 seconds. 39, however you want to call it.
On the Redbird 46-yard line.
Got a couple individual vocal De Pere crowd peer over there. A couple parents encouraging the student section.
Four wide receivers. Great protection this time. Arndt throws over the middle, and it's going to be Ho-Ho again. On 2nd and 2, he picks up 8. Into Bayport territory.
So now 32.8. Still 2 timeouts left for De Pere, so they got plenty of time.
Mike and Denise Colmus watching from home.
First down, Redbirds.
And now they're going to call timeout. 26 seconds left.
So timeout Redbirds. Jenny Selson's checking in from the Bayview Dance. I think that's done at 8:30. 6:30 to 8:30 today.
I think whenever it gets dark, they send them home.
Then you don't have to do the hand check. Oh, Johnny's here.
Johnny Kinzinger in the house. We'll talk to Johnny at halftime and talk to him about the upcoming basketball season, his AU travels, his recruiting, going to Illinois State.
Mom and Dad's AAU travels,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's typically how it works, if I remember those days. Talk about the upcomings. Talk about Coach Winchester. I think we'll ask about the type of coach is. Get the inside information from one of the players.
44-yard line. First down, Redbirds.
And obviously, we want to talk about his Aunt Kelly. That'll be another focus of the interview today.
4 wideouts for the Redbirds, 44, and Arndt is going to run the quarterback draw, and a nice job to hold on to him. JoJo, after just a 1-yard gain, now to appear with only 1 timeout left. Hurries back to the line. Arndt takes a snap with just 6 seconds. Looking to get one deep, throws one, and it's going to be picked off by Bayport. Is that Mason Clark? He will make the grab. Time expires. We've reached halftime here from De Pere. 34-7 your score. Pirates have the lead. We'll step aside and take a break. You're listening to Bayport Pirate Football.
World of Abrams, your #1 dealership with a veteran staff in all departments. 10 years experience and counting. Quality you can depend on. Chrysler World is your top dealer in customer satisfaction and sales satisfaction year in and year out. A full staff service and body department that'll work on all makes and models. Free estimates, a huge parts department. And they need cars. They'll buy any car, whether or not you purchase from them. Chrysler World of Abrams. Contact them. Follow them. Be sure to check them out.
Hey, Howard Swamico area.
Alex and Danielle here with your local budget blinds. We know you're on a budget with both time and money, so we make it easy.
We come over with our free in-home consultation and free design services for blinds, drapes, and shutters. You pick what you want, we measure, and you get the quote before we leave. And to top that off, right now, get 25% off. We have financing available and lifetime warranties.
Blinds installed in a couple hours.
Now that's easy. Call now.
Considering a room update or building your dream home and don't know where to begin? The design team at Mako's will guide you through the selection process and put your mind at ease. Solutions and styles to make you the envy of the neighborhood. Mako's, your premier flooring center. Now that's value.
The freedom you've been searching for? We found it. It's on 2 wheels. Start your journey today at Vandervest Harley-Davidson of Green Bay.
I'm a people person. I'm a movie buff.
I'm a data wizard.
It's time to thrive in a career you love and soar higher with NWTC, where you can excel in a flexible, career-focused program that fits you, what you enjoy doing, and how you want to learn. Whether that's in person or online, it all starts at NWTC. Soar higher with us.
You're listening to Bayport Pirate Sports on NEW Sports Radio at newsportsradio.com.
Something I don't know what the.
Oh yeah, Coach Warner says you have to ask him if he's coming back from baseball.
Oh my.
Wow. We are back at De Pere High School homecoming here at De Pere, and Bayport played Ashwaubenon last week in their homecoming and had their way in tonight here at De Pere. Bayport leads 34-7 against the Redbirds here at halftime. I'm joined this at halftime by Johnny Kinzinger. Welcome, Johnny.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm glad you could be here. Yeah, usually when we go on the road, we try to find somebody to interview from the place that we go. We look for sometimes that star athlete, which you are. Our last interview, though, was Max Wagner from Preble. So
that's going to be hard to top.
That's going to be hard to top, right? Max, now a major
player,
leaguer.
Yes.
And so, Johnny, tell us a little bit about a basketball player for those people listening in. A very good basketball player, first-team All-State player last year, committed to Illinois State. Just talk to me about growing up, playing hoops. Who are the people that helped you along the way? How do you get to where you are today? Who do you want to thank?
Yeah.
And that process of becoming the basketball, I've watched you play now. I'll watch you play for 4 years. You're just really good.
Thank
that
you.
process of becoming a great basketball player, what's that been like for you throughout that entire time?
Yeah, it's been a long process for sure. I started when I was very little. My older brother, I'd always tag along with him do his practices, so I kind of get that feel with the older guys. So my dad is a huge factor in how I came to be a basketball player, and I want to thank him and my mom a ton just for all the time and the work they put into me. But then, just growing up, I always came to the high school games. I always watched Reverend Pritzel. I wanted to be like those guys, and it kind of inspired me to work hard enough to get to that varsity level and compete at a very high level.
You come into this year, and De Pere should be really good.
Yep.
I mean, everybody kind of knows that. You got some great players besides yourself. Talk to me about being on a team with that many good players and sharing the basketball and playing as a team. Coach Winchester is sitting down here on the clock, and how do you do that? I mean, you got a lot of really good individual talent on your team, and how does Coach do that, and how do you do that as a leader of the basketball team?
Yeah, we have a ton of great players on our team this year, and we just go so deep into our bench too. I think Coach Winchester does a great job day in and day out in practice, just kind of working schemes to make everything work out. And everyone on the team's unselfish kids, so we play for each other. It's all about winning. So I think we should have a very good year. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch. I'm excited to watch you play Bayport too, who should have a really good team also. Yeah. So that should be a great battle two times. Yep. And who knows, maybe 3 times.
Yep.
As the season goes on, that would be perfect. I always get a kick out of when Bayport plays De Pere. I think I enjoy watching Coach Winchester and Coach Rickle go at it more than sometimes the players do during the game. So that's kind of entertaining. So you've been on this whole AAU circuit. I've kind of experienced that a little bit with my own kids. When they played, talk to me about that, the grind of that people don't really understand. They see you play high school basketball. If you're not following on social media and you really are older like me and you don't understand what it means for a player AAU-wise, where have you all traveled? And talk to us about some of the people you've played against too during the course of that time.
Of course. The crazy thing is right when you're done with your high school season, you get a month maybe, and then you're right into the AAU season. So basketball really never stops. For me, my team was out of Milwaukee, so I had to travel twice a week for practice down there, which took a lot of time. And one of the reasons why my parents are as great as they are. But we traveled all over the country this past year. We were in Orlando, Kansas City, Augusta. It's a fun experience just being with your friends too, You get to travel all these fun places, stay in hotels, and then you get to play some of the top competition in the country. We were part of the EYBL, which is one of the top tiers kind of for AAU.
Right.
So some of the top players, Bronny James, everyone knows who that is.
Right.
That was a fun. I got a chance to play him twice. We did beat him twice. So
I heard you played pretty good against him.
I did. I played pretty good. Yeah, it was one of my better games. And then we played many Duke commits, Kentucky commits, just Power 5 type school kids. It's cool because when I was younger, I'd never think that I'd be playing against these top tier kids, and here I am, almost every weekend, just playing against them. It's a great experience.
And so then you've decided that you're going to go to Illinois State.
Yes.
I'm assuming it's just because they're the Redbirds.
Oh, yeah. So that's the number one reason.
That just makes
I just want to be a Redbird for life.
You can wear all your stuff yet.
I have a ton of gear at home.
Right, you got a ton of stuff. You don't need any new gear. That's what I think the main reason was. But talk about that process, getting recruited, deciding where to go. What's it like going on a recruiting trip? And so for all kids listening out there, what's that like when you're at a university? And for you, what did you look for at a university that you wanted to go to?
Yeah, the recruiting process is a fun and can be stressful time. When you have schools talking to you want to give all your attention and time to them because they mean the most to you. But when Coach Dockich was the coach who recruited me from Illinois State, and he just did a really good job, and he always checked up on me, always gave me calls, and when I went to visit, I just loved the campus. It was the campus, the coaches, the facilities. It was all what I've dreamed of, and I just couldn't pass up that opportunity, and the coaches are probably the main reason why I chose Illinois State.
Do you feel relieved? I mean, now you've chosen a place to go play school. Do you feel like, okay, that's been decided, now I just get to go play basketball my senior year? Is that kind of your feeling right now?
I do. Right after I made the decision, that was one of the main things. I'm relieved for the rest of the summer and going into my senior year, trying to win a state championship. That was the most important thing there. Live by the year, and the college will come next. So that was one of the main reasons why I committed so early.
Well, if Bayport doesn't win a state championship, I'm cheering for it.
Oh, thank you.
Just to let you know that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yep. Now, you do have a Bayport connection. Your aunt.
You
go by aunt, right?
Yep.
Your aunt Kelly is a counselor at Bayport. And Kelly was did she ever tell you she was quite a player in her day?
Oh, yeah.
She tells you that?
She could hit a few shots.
What does she tell you? What did she share with you?
She just tells me how she was the best out of the three sisters.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, keep going.
And then a few chants for her.
Really?
Yep.
Have you ever played in a game of horse or anything?
I've never have, no.
She tells me she'd probably beat you.
Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe.
She played college, back at Point.
Yep.
I think back in the 70s. No, maybe 90s, maybe. Can't remember what year that was. But she's very proud of you. I know that. She's always talking about you and giving me updates on how you're doing and where you're going. I know she's listening.
That's
I know
awesome.
that her whole family's listening. So little shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to the fam.
Talk to me about Coach Winchester. I mean, I have a tremendous amount of respect for Coach Winchester. I've known him for a long time. He actually coached my kids' Mayu basketball growing up. What's it like playing for Coach Winchester?
Coach Winchester is one of the most dedicated men to this sport that I know. He's constantly in the gym and wants it for us. He knows what we can sustain, and he kind of wants to be part of that with us. And every day in practice, he's there. He has a plan. He knows what we're gonna do. He gets us going. If we're down in practice, he'll get us right back up. He's kind of just got that mentality where everything we do, we want to do at the best we can.
Yeah, I always joke around with Brian that he's at every youth tournament that you can find.
Exactly.
Right? Fourth grade
most
boys
dedicated
are playing
man.
somewhere, and they're at Bayport, and he happens to be there.
He's there on the bench, always trying to coach up, and it's just great It's great too I remember when I was playing youth ball, and I just remember I look over and I see Coach Winchester on the bench. I'm like, oh, that's sick. The varsity A coach is helping coach our game.
They got a younger brother that's playing with you too.
Yeah, Zach. Yep.
What's that like? What's that conversation at home?
Yeah. It's a really great time. I got the chance to play with Jake. My freshman year, and now I'm on the other side, the older one for Zach. It's good most of the time, unless if we're on opposite teams at open gym. Then it gets a little shaky at times.
Now Jake's at Madison.
Yep.
Now is Jake living with Cole Weber?
He is. Yes.
That's right. Now a little unknown tidbit here. My son Brett just graduated.
Okay.
They have his couch right now. Yeah, Brett was throwing it out. So now Jake and Cole have my son's couch and that. Now this is things people don't know. I mean, these are the little things that people don't know. When you go to Illinois State, what do you want to pursue? Education-wise, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking about going into business.
Awesome.
I don't know what I want to do in business yet. That's kind of just my main overall subject that I want to go into.
So you see these guys out there, right? The Tyler Heroes of the world. That was AU team you played on, right? And then you see the Jordan Pools, right? And the Sam Hausers.
Yeah.
And so they're in the NBA. So when you think, are you like, that's
the dream.
That's what I want to do.
That's the dream. I want to play basketball. I would love to play basketball for the rest of my life. But I'm going to work every day and try and achieve that. But if that doesn't work, then I'll go into business.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate your time,
Hey,
Johnny.
thank you for having me on. It's a
Outstanding.
pleasure.
Glad you're here. Wish you the best.
I appreciate it
We'll see you
greatly.
throughout the year. So, Johnny Kinzinger here at halftime. A great young man, great basketball player. If you get a chance to come out and watch De Pere and Coach Winchester and their team, I know they're really good, and I'll be enjoying watching them against Bayport and all the other teams in the FRCC and around the state. So it's 34-7 at half. De Pere homecoming. We're going to take a break. You're listening to Bayport Radio.
Congratulations.
Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolet Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
At Bellin Health, we believe when part of you is injured, we have a part to play. Whether you're injured swinging for the fences or tending the hedges beside them, whether your goal is to play across the pond or star in Swan Lake, whether you're injured building strength or using your strength to build, our part is to provide no-cost injury consults no matter what part hurts. That's right, free of charge. Welcome to the Orthopedic Walk-In Injury Clinic at Bellin Health Titletown Sports Medicine and Orthopedics.
Zesty's Frozen Custard and Grill. Zesty's, serving up a full food and frozen custard menu. Now open right across from Bayport High School at 2639 Lineville Road. Offering a different flavor of the day, each day 11 until 9. Try their weekly special baskets or enjoy some of Zesty's awesome, fresh, frozen custard. Zesty's Frozen Custard and Grill, the finest frozen custard in town.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Townline Pub and Grill. Looking for a place to grab some food? Stop at Townline. Taste the mouth-watering burgers, gourmet pizza, and endless appetizers, offering a casual atmosphere and a lively feel. Why not stop in on the way to the game? Grab a bite to eat after the game, too. A night out, a group gathering after a sporting event, or even a birthday. We want to thank you for your patronage. Townline, where the people come for the food and stay for the fun.
Halftime stats from the opening half, where Bayport dominates 34-7 on the scoreboard, dominates yardage 302 to 124.
That's a lot to a little. I mean, Bayport's just did pretty much whatever they want to. I mean, De Pere's played hard. I'm unbelievably impressed with their quarterback. He's just done a fantastic job, and Easton Arndt has pretty much been the offense for De Pere. He's run around back there. JoJo's chasing them around, and they can't block Caden Lewis. They can't block really that front three. And so it's been all Pirates here. Vaughn Campbell's been outstanding. Dylan Grosskreutz has been outstanding. The Pirate offensive line, which you always, you talk about skill positions, but the game is won up front. Defensive line, offensive line, there's no question. And Bayport dominating right now. 34-7, and Cole Benson having a big game on the ground and through the air. 2 touchdown passes and 3 running touchdowns, I think, tonight. Or does he have 4? 5? Yeah.
So Bayport's got 5 touchdowns.
He's got 2 throws and 3 runs.
3 run. No.
He accounts for all 5 of them.
Hool, Shipley.
And 3 of his runs to make 34. Pirates will get the ball here to start the second half. Great job by Johnny Kinziger at halftime. Looking forward to watching Johnny play. If you get a chance to, Johnny's going to break this, probably the De Pere record this year if all things go as planned. And I think that's Brevin Pritzel, or is it Braden Pritzel's record? I'm not sure. Brevin's. I think he needs like 586 points. But if you get a chance to watch Johnny play, he talked about team. And truly, I've seen him play some games where he can go 8, 10, 12 minutes without even taking a shot. He gets his players involved in the game, and that's why De Pere will be really good this year. So, yeah, he understands the game really well, and he can play the game really well. And that combination makes him a great player. And tonight, when you just listen to him tonight, just a great kid. Comes from a great family, and we wish him the best of luck, and we thank him for his time at halftime.
Yeah, you tell him, hey, we had last high school kid we had on was Max Wade.
Well, it did put a little pressure on him early on. But did Max just sign $1.5 million with the Orioles, I think? And I attribute that to our interview with him. I mean, that's kind of put him over the top, Chris. That got him on the board, I thought. Max from Preble. Good friends with Jake Berg. Max has been in our weight facility a few times working out.
Arndt is the kickoff specialist. He will squib in for JoJo to take at the 23-yard line. Foul behind blockers, and he'll be taken down at about the 34. Where Bayport will take over the 11:54 here in quarter number 3.
It's not good when you pooch punt, and guess who catches it? JoJo, who's 235 and can run about a 4.7 40, maybe 4.6. So Pirates will come out on offense.
Bayport takes possession on their 34-yard line. First down.
Talked about that offensive line led by Dante Drahikio. Bookinger through the line of scrimmage. Bookinger picks up 3 or 4 yards as Chris does some work with the camera crew here at the pier.
Second down from the Pirates' 37-yard line.
Cool coming off of his first receiving touchdown. Bookinger just going to power forward. It's got a first down. And good blocking ahead of him and behind him.
So it's the Cole Benson show in the first half. It appears to be possibly the Blake Bookinger show here in the second half as they quickly wind in the clock. 1 minute here into the third quarter. 34-7 if you're just joining us from the pier. The pier's got one of their head coaches who keeps with the towel. He's going to have a rotator cuff issue before this game's over.
Shipley off the line to the bottom of your screen. Tells me he's going to go in motion. He is. Jet sweep pass, and Bookinger's going to try to get a block in front. Shipley cuts it up. Boy, you can just see how quick he is when he turns the corner and picks up 9.
I mean, Brett Shipley's about 86 pounds, but he's fast. Brett probably weighs about 150.
You get your handshake today?
I did give him a handshake today, every day. Every time Brett sees me, shakes my hand. That's why I call him Shakes. Brett's really become a smart football player, too. Understands the offense much better than he did at the beginning of the year as he looks at his play card right now.
3 wideouts for the Bayport offense. Shotgun for Benson. He'll take the snap. And Benson will throw in far side. And pass for Shipley.
Shipley, the intended receiver.
Little contact across the middle while he was in the middle of his route.
That's not a penalty because ref didn't call a penalty.
That wasn't legal.
Well, if the ref didn't call it, it must be legal. Chris?
3rd and 1.
Obviously a play that Bayport thought they could kind of a throwaway play there. Definitely 4-down territory. Now they need a yard for the first down.
Power with Benson. He needed the 1. He picks up 3 off the right side.
Now we talked about it. If Bayport would be fortunate enough to score on this drive, would they go for 2 to make it a 35-point game? I would say no, Chris. They would not. I think Coach Mesterman enjoys playing a full football game. There are times I think we get to this time of the season where you get running clock, which has happened in a lot of the Bayport games. You play about half of a season in some cases.
Quick throw far side. It's going to be to Ethan Hull.
Ethan having a career day.
Tolvermacher with the stop for the Redbirds.
Nine yards, and that brings up the dreaded 2nd and 1. And I say dreaded because it's where Bayport likes to go up top always. Feeling like if it gets the 3rd down, they can convert it. Bookinger is going to lead his quarterback who wanted to get out in front and block. Bookie just simply beats him to the spot and gets down to the 14. Easy gain of 18.
Bayport doing whatever they want right now. Ground and pound, throw it a little bit, mix it up, go in no huddle. They got it on autopilot right now.
Bringing some linebackers. Bookinger trying to get wide. He does inside the 10, spins in the 8, down to the 7.
When no one's touching you on defense until you're 6-7 yards, that means it's going to be a long night. That means you and I could probably get 2-3 on that. I think Aiden could get 5-6 right there.
And then fold.
Well, then go down. Take a knee.
Benson, speed option near side, pitch it out. He gets it to Calise inside the 5, pushing to the 2, down inside the 1. Carter Calise to the end zone, touchdown Bayport Pirates. Calise on the 8-yard run.
Okay, now, like usual, I'm usually wrong with what Coach Westerman's going to do. He's going for 2.
Calise first carry of the year, right?
That's a long-standing joke for you listeners out there.
Most of them have been with us for it, right?
So Carter Calise does something that no one else besides Cole Benson scores a solo touchdown, meaning Cole's been part of the last 5. Carter gets that one on his own. And they're going to go jumbo package. Tevin Montgomery in the tailback position. Cole Benson will take this by himself.
They're going to power it to the right. Yep, there they go. Good blocking in front, untouched in, 2-point conversion successful. So that's a 35-point lead in the second half, means we have running clock.
So 40-7, and we'll get the clock running, and we'll get home a little earlier.
Opening drive of the half will allow us. We're going to get to the trivia quickly. Let's do that. Because now with running clock, I get scared. Town Line third quarter trivia. Since 2014, our first year broadcasting, how many games has Bayport lost to FRCC opponents? That would include regular season and postseason. To
Do we include the COVID year as an FRCC opponent?
Yes. An FRCC opponent, as they stand now.
Conference or not conference?
The 10-team league, doesn't say conference games, to a conference opponent.
A lot of controversy in this answer, Chris.
This one's going to be blown dead before it gets going. So, since 2014, how many games has Bayport lost to FRCC opponents?
It's less than 20.
Well, we know that De Pere got them last year.
That makes 1.
Twice last year.
That's 2.
Regular season. Now let's. Bayport in that time has defeated FRCC opponents 64 times.
So they haven't lost. It's less than 64, obviously.
Yes, they've won more than they've
and
lost.
It's 2 or more. Somewhere between 2 and 64 is what you're saying, Chris. Now we got to watch. They could text it to me, too.
Kevin Huth says 8 games. It is not 8. Noah Cornett, 2. Well, they lost to De Pere twice. We'll work through it a little bit for you. Squib kick all the way inside the 15, and then Shipley gets around one. Nice move. And the sophomore Koski up across the 20.
Now we got a flag on the play. Clock will not stop
back
with the flag.
Noah Cornett says 2. So let's walk through this. Bayport went undefeated in conference 4 straight years.
Flag on the play.
Of the 8 we did.
Are you afraid with the running clock we might not get a right answer here tonight? Or
No. I'm just saying. 2 is wrong. De Pere is one of the opponents.
So if someone just put their 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, they got a good chance.
I'm not going to accept that.
Not going to accept that. Now we've got rules around
We'll
what
clear
we'll
that off the screen, and we'll just.
So during the enforcement of the penalty, the clock will continue to tick.
18-yard line.
It's surprised that Brian Winchester gets paid full rate here when he barely needs to do anything right now.
3 wide receivers, a tight end, and a tailback. Send me in motion.
I think they're going to call false
here.
start on De Pere, and it's just falling apart right now.
Oh, boy. Bayport was at a stunt up front.
It's good to see Tevin back in there.
Grandpa Jolly's listening in Crivets. He's calling for Aiden to take the mic. Well, we might get to that shortly.
Well, I think we might get to that very shortly. Is
Nina
that because of the job we're doing, or
does he not like listening to us?
Yeah, what's the reason there? I mean, maybe you have to elaborate on that a little bit.
Wrote on Patty Holton. She's a past winner in our trivia.
Can past winners win again?
No, they cannot. Jess McCormick. Mike Jamison won a week ago. Play action, looking
JoJo.
deep. Arndt is under pressure.
Boy.
He gets hit as he throws it, and they're going to call it incomplete.
And JoJo hit him, and he's going to get up, but
Asher applying the pressure.
Easton aren't. Tough kid, but JoJo just Easton decided to throw that one, and JoJo, a nice legal hit on him, but someone's got to block JoJo. He's pretty good.
Recommended.
I think when you watch film, you probably know you should block him.
One of the 11 you should block.
Yes, well, there's a couple of them. They don't appear to want to block right now.
Tight end right, 3 receivers left as Arndt is going to sprint out to the far side, try to get the edge. Montgomery chasing, throw across, and May can't hold on to it as we are halfway through the third.
Bradley with the coverage.
Dalen Danforth with the right answer. There's an alum.
There it is.
Former
offensive lineman.
His answer, De Pere was the loss 3 times. If you remember our second season, Bayport lost week 9 to De Pere.
Don't tell me you remember this, Chris.
They lost that year to Ashwaubenon, remember?
That makes 4.
Because Ashwaubenon, we had the pick in the end zone on, was that
that was the Jake Weber year.
No, that was Brett Macomb, right?
Brett Macomb.
Pass
year.
interference. Was it Bindus had the pick or Macomb got called, or one of them got called for it on the play? One missed tackle. Tommy Hall, though, there after just a 1-yard gain. So that's 3 to Pere, Ashwaubenon, and the alternative year to Pulaski.
So a total of
5.
60 what?
64-5 against FRCC opponents.
That's not bad.
Bayport has played Manitowoc in the postseason. They played Preble in the postseason. They played De Pere in the postseason.
Now Manitowoc needs a win to get into the playoffs.
They need 2 wins, I believe.
I think they need 1 of the next 2. They got Notre Dame the last.
Well, yes.
Do they have a chance?
Maybe it's because I didn't
there
think
you could have a
win.
Manitowoc-Bayport matchup week 1 at
Sheboygan North is going to get in.
Then you could have a Sheboygan North-Bayport matchup week 1.
Sheboygan North beat South and Manitowoc, and they beat East and West, or will have beaten.
Because when you have there's no Division I teams north of Bayport.
Correct.
So you either got to go west
or south.
And typically,
last 3 years we've
and
gone
the rule
south.
is now you can play a conference team. It used to be you couldn't play a conference team, which even made it more difficult. So you could see a Sheboygan North, a Manitowoc, possibly, or an FRCC, an FVA school maybe at that 4-3, 4-4 record. I'm not sure. Every team playing now 7 conference games and 2 non-conference games. Is that the way it works? As one of the Pere players is down on the turf, as Bayport and De Pere take a knee. But it'll be interesting. Pirates will go into next week. I don't have a score of the West De Pere game, but you'd have to think they'd handle Preble easily.
It's at West De Pere, which means it's on the NFHS network, naturally.
And you have to pay for that.
Which is the cruddiest form of...
Well, you don't pay for our stuff, Chris. This broadcast that you and I give is totally free, and it should be.
In fact, you should subscribe to the YouTube stream so you know exactly when we go live.
You could subscribe to that.
Yeah.
And it tells you, like, we're going live.
If you just subscribe.
You hit that button that says subscribe.
In the top right, that red one. Then every time we go live, you get a notification. Voice of BP or Bayport Radio YouTube
should
is
promote
live.
that a little bit more.
No? Yeah, I haven't done it all year, actually. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Obviously, Twitter. Live tweeting all the time. And
the Twitterverse. The Twitter world. And now De Pere's going to punt.
They'll get their punt away, and Corshane inside is the 45, sidesteps a man, get to the 40, gets a block,
AJ.
clears sideline.
He's going to do it for me.
Front. AJ Corshane inside.
Oh, AJ! Almost to the flag. It's going to be a holding call.
Well, there's one back at the 41.
There's a lot of them. I'm glad he didn't score there. Talked to AJ today, and he said, hey, one of these days, Mr. Frieder, that almost it. However, there's confetti on the field. The only nice part about that is the clock continues to run.
West De Pere's up 45-0.
That means they got a good chance of winning.
All right, Aiden, you're going to take over.
Aiden will take over on the color. Aiden Wright, senior.
What's going on, Frieder?
Not much, Aiden. Done a great job once again on the broadcast part of it. Now you get a chance to get on this side of the mic. I'll let you do the play-by-play here. And
Absolutely.
4 minutes left and counting as the officials march off the penalties, and Bayport will bring their first string out. We'll hand it over to senior Aiden Wright.
Yeah, we're going to have Bayport down at their own 49, it's going to look like. Cole Benson back in the pocket, sending Bookinger out to the left. Benson's going to take the snap, and he's going to drop back to pass. Nope. That's a design QB run down to the right side. Benson's going to get down to De Pere's 33, it looks like, for Bayport first down.
So I think Coach Westerman, Aiden, wants one more series, kind of more in a 2-minute hurry up here, and you're seeing it.
That's what I'm thinking.
Just to get used to this type of speed and get some practice. When you got the clock running, your starters don't play too much. And so it's playoff time, and we got to get in that type of mentality.
One more game after this, am I right?
Correct.
Last game is going to be Bayport's homecoming game, October 14th. Am I right?
Correct. 14th the game, 15th the dance. Aiden, you going to the dance?
We'll see. Undecided yet.
Do you have a date possibly lined up for the dance?
I don't. My date's not going to be here.
Oh, we talked about that, I think, already, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
All right, Benson is going to hand it off to Bookinger. Dive forward for about 3 yards, it's going to look like. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is going to be the last drive we're going to see Bayport starters.
Yeah, I think you're going to see Bayport get one of the edge here. Try to score maybe on some type of pitch play. They've been running in between the tackles.
For sure.
De Pere definitely can't match the speed of the Pirates. We'll see what they decide to do here.
Yeah, we've seen a couple deep balls today, so. Bookinger down to the left side. He's going to cut back and fumble, but Bayport is going to recover the football. Aiden Beth on the recovery. A little bit scary there.
Yeah, Bookie just let that one get out of his hands, and it bounced right into Aiden's hands, fortunately. Now 4th and 5 for the Pirates.
Aiden Hill with the tackle.
Now we're going to see what Bayport decides to do here.
They're going for it. There's no question about it. Now Aiden Beth's going to go off. They want to check out his, he got hit in the head, I think, and they're going to let the trainer take a look at him.
JoJo is going to come in at fullback.
I don't know if JoJo needs to come in at fullback right now, but he's in at fullback. Yeah, you bring Aiden out and JoJo gets to come in at fullback. Like, JoJo's like, which side am I going to here?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to see a run to the right side. Oh, nope. Cole Benson's going to drop back to pass. Shipley open with a nice throw from Cole Benson. Tiptoe down on the right sideline, Shipley.
Brett Shipley's become really good.
We've seen a lot of, I don't know, there's been a lot of short throws, which I think is kind of uncommon for Bayport.
I would agree. A little different tonight.
Yeah.
But Brett caught that one in like a ballerina.
There's going to be a flag on the field.
Now we got another flag, which means the clock doesn't stop. We're going to run this thing all the way out probably.
Illegal substitution. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
Illegal substitution on Bayport.
Now Bayport can pretty much wait and run out the clock. You could just get penalty after penalty after penalty, Aiden, and never run a play, right?
Exactly. Tevin is going to be in at running back on Cole Benson's left-hand side. Cole Benson's going to take a run to the left side. He's going to get about 2 yards past the original line of scrimmage. And we are going to go to break at the end of the third quarter.
When you're hurt, you shouldn't have to wait for care. You could be kept waiting for weeks at most healthcare organizations, but at OSMS, we prioritize you. I'm Dr. Jason Klein, orthopedic surgeon and physician owner at OSMS. I want you to get in and get treated with the highest quality of care so that you can get back to doing things you love. Don't wait. Come see one of our orthopedic physicians at our acute injury walk-in clinic, where you can receive same-day orthopedic care, usually without a referral.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
I think you get on the mic there, Dan. Hey, this one. Russell by Coach Winchester.
And we are going to be back to start the fourth quarter here in De Pere. Bayport is going to be looking at a scoring opportunity, and De Pere's side of the field. Second down and 10. Benson still in the game to start the fourth quarter.
Second down.
We'll see if they keep running with Benson here. And yes, they are. Gonna get a few yards, not much.
Benson the ball
Tackle on the play.
Alexander with the tackle.
Coach
By
Westerman says
Alexander of De Pere Redbirds.
We're going to stay with the ones. I've talked to Coach Westerman about this. He just feels like they need to have the experience of playing an entire game. I don't agree with it.
17-yard line.
But I can understand it.
Third and 9.
They'll throw it here.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth the risk. I mean, when you have Bayport's undefeated season so far, do you really want to go in when you're up 35 and risk your star quarterback? But Benson is going to pitch it to Carter Calise. Carter Calise is going to tiptoe down the right sideline, and it's going to be touchdown, but a flag on the field.
There's a flag on the play.
I think they're going to call a penalty on the Pirates. They're going to continue to run the clock.
Yeah, it might be a holding.
I think if you're a referee right now, anything that looks like a possible penalty on the Pirates, they're going to call it. Just for the fact that
Offense,
Yep.
penalty, still third down.
It's going to be holding on the Pirates. Back them up 10 yards. It's going to be third down. Third and 9 to go for Bayport. I think it's likely we see a pass here. JoJo going off the field.
18-yard line. Third down.
Ethan Houle having himself a season high. And Benson is going to be sacked down at the 20. And I mean, when Benson keeps getting hit, I think last 3 plays.
Jack Payne with the quarterback sack.
Now Coach Westerman, I think, is going to go for it here on fourth down. Thought they might try to kick a field goal just to kind of get the idea of what Owen Belisle possibly could do if ever put in that situation, maybe in one of the playoff games. But they're still going to go with a fourth down play, and no question that Cole Benson's going to throw the football here.
Yeah. Benson and Bookinger is going to go out wide to the right side. Benson drops back, looks left, scrambles left, and he's just going to throw it away down at the 15.
And so De Pere gets a stop. Clock will continue to run, 9:06 and counting, and I'm guessing the Bayport 1 defense comes on the field.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think if you want to give your players more playing time, I think you send Belisle out on the field. You know, if you want to get him ready for playoffs, I think kicking is, I mean, more important than people think.
It is. We've kicked 2 field goals this year, and 2 is the most we've ever kicked in a season.
Yeah, when you get down into the playoffs and you play a good team, I don't think you're going to
Bayport with some subs
want to
in the
be
football game
desperate
here.
there. Yeah, and West De Pere is going to throw it just down to pass Grant.
Here comes the rest
Ho-ho.
of
On the coverage.
defense coming off the field now. Nice performance by them tonight as they've given up 7
Second down.
tonight. 42-7 if you've just joined us. All Bayport on the second homecoming
game straight.
All of the third one next week.
Oh, yeah. 4 Bayport actually next week, though.
Correct.
Once again, why do teams schedule Bayport for their homecoming
I don't know.
game?
Usually you look for a team that you have a good chance of winning. However, sometimes it's just timing.
I guess
when
so.
it is in the schedule, when you're home.
Yeah.
In Bayport's case, they haven't been home the last 2 weekends.
3rd and 5.
Very true.
From the Redbird 25.
Bayport's going to sub.
And Bayport's going to throw the best team that they're going to play this year on the schedule for their homecoming, West De Pere. That they'll come into that game 8-0. So it'll be 8-0, 8-0, and the place will be rocking.
Yeah.
At Bayport next week.
Definitely going to be a great game. Drops back to pass, and Ho-Oh.
Pass complete to Ho-Oh.
It's going to get down to the 38.
Then you look at De Pere's side. They're playing all their starters. Ho-Ho's still in the game. So Coach Strickland's still coaching them up, but they haven't decided that they're going to go any other direction right now either. They want to get some. They need to win next week to get in the playoffs. That'll be against that Schwaberdon. That'll be a good football game.
Arndt is going to hand the ball off to Koski, the running back.
Ball carrier. Farley with the tackle.
I want to see Ladwig, the tight end, coming to the game, and
I think Hunter
Kincaid sub out.
So now De Pere trying to get their players in. They're not going to get all their players in this football game. Bayport will try to.
Yeah, with the running clock, it's going to be a very short possession if Bayport gets on the offensive side of the ball.
Big play again by the Pirates.
Jankowski, the ball carrier.
Caleb Clark, the senior, steps up.
Caleb Clark with the tackle.
Caleb's going to De Pere homecoming tomorrow. Signed a permission slip for him today, so hope he has a fun time there.
All right, and we're going to see De Pere at the 40-yard line. Arndt is going to drop back to pass. Taking a big drop, but passes to the left side, 86. And that's going to be a De Pere first down. Or is that 88? Ladwig on the catch.
Nick Shoemaker with the tackle. Nick did a nice job there in open field. Bayport's going to try to keep De Pere out of the end zone here.
Redbirds first down.
To end this football game, approaching 5 minutes and counting.
De Pere's going to hurry up a little bit. The running back going to the left side. Arndt is going to scramble to the right. And he's going to run the ball. Gets to the first down and is down at Bayport's 30-yard line. He's had a couple of those where he just dives forward for an extra few yards.
Kilski with the tackle.
Coach Krause still coaching up the defense.
That's the Redbirds first down.
De Pere first down. 4:15 left to go in the fourth quarter. Let's say De Pere keeps passing here. Arndt is play action. He's gonna pass it down to 17. Hayden May with the touchdown for De Pere. Nice throw there from Arndt, the junior.
Arndt to May.
So De Pere gets on the board, 42-13.
The hope of an extra point is going to make it 42-14 Bayport.
Clock will stop with the extra point and then start up again on the kickoff.
And it's going to be through the uprights. Logan Doust with the extra point. And it's going to be 4 minutes we're going to see the Bayport offense out on the field.
Kimberly lead Nina 31-10. In a big game in the FVA, that'll tie both teams for the conference title going into the last week of the season. Notre Dame up 14-0.
I mean, hopefully we are going to see Bayport's second strings come out on the field.
Notre Dame playing Green Bay West maybe tonight.
Hooking her deep for the Pirates.
DePere kicking off.
That's JoJo.
JoJo is going to, a little bit of a scramble there on the field, but I think Bayport is all right. It's going to be down at the 26. Hoping it's not a fumble. I want to see the
clock will run now.
Bayport's backups get a chance.
And they will.
Bayport recovering the loose ball.
All right. We going to see Connor Gehring or Mikey Jones here?
Mikey, the freshman.
First down, Bayport.
All right. We're going to have Austin Moore and at the right side at wide receiver and Jake Petoniak up on the left side, and they're just going to hand it off to Jackson Jaguar here.
Jackson runs really hard.
He is. He's a great running back. Doesn't get enough snaps, though.
Now you got people in front of you like Blake Bookinger, obviously.
Yeah.
So great problem for Bayport to have a senior who could step in at any time. He's a north-south guy, and he does a really good job when he gets in there.
Mikey Jones is just going to hand the ball off again. Where's that? Sorry, Connor Gehring is going to hand the ball off. Now Mikey Jones is going to come into the game, it looks like.
Alexander
or
Third
not.
and 6. The Pirates get a first down here. They will run out this clock. I don't think you'll see DePere take any timeouts here. Pirates just trying to get all the players in on their side of the football right now. 2 minutes.
Hoping we see a pass here from Mikey Jones.
Mikey can wing it.
And he is. Oh, James Williams, it's going to look like drops the ball.
So the clock will run, fourth down, 1:40 and running.
Jones pass intended for Williams.
Here you go again, where the Pirates don't really. Pirates could actually run a play if they wanted to. Just simply give DePere the ball back at that spot, but they were going to elect to come in and have JoJo punt it. They really don't have a backup punt unit. So they bring a lot of their starters back on the field here. A lot of their starters.
Yeah.
As A.J. Corshane, your long snapper.
Favorite deep for the Redbirds.
At Bayport's own 30-yard line, JoJo Azar punts the ball.
JoJo
and it's just going to be a
punt.
fair catch. Oh, and they're going to muff it. But DePere gets it back on the play. It's a close one.
I'm not sure if they'll run a play or not. Oh, DePere's called timeout.
I think they just want to score here for some morale.
I just think they want to run a play with some kids on the field, quite honestly. I can't believe they're going to call 3 timeouts here. But they can if they want.
Yeah.
It's their homecoming.
All right. 43 seconds left on the clock here.
So next week, DePere will travel to Ashwaubenon for a chance to get into the playoffs. Bayport will be at home against West De Pere after being on the road 2 consecutive weekends. Bayport West De Pere 9-0 against 9-0
And the homecoming fireworks sponsored
for
by
the conference
Family
championship, and De Pere playing for a berth in the WA playoffs.
Yeah, West De Pere, I mean, honestly, I think it's going to be Bayport's first challenge of the year.
Should be a good football game. I think just
absolutely.
I think Bayport the favorite going into that football game, no question.
De Pere's just going to run the ball here.
When you look at other scores, West De Pere game was 21-13 in a really good football game. So that being said, if you believe in the old triangle of play, A plays B, A plays C, B plays C, and then you'd think Bayport's the favorite going into that game, but doesn't matter. You have to play it on the field next Friday night.
Yeah.
Last play of the game.
And they're just going to hand it off here for some decent yardage for the De Pere first down, and that is going to bring us to a final. And we are going to go to break.
Bayport Pirates 42, your Redbirds 14. Keep your high school things.
Bar after sports bar after sports bar. All the same, right? What makes St. Josie's so different? What makes St. Josie's so different? Come and find out.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 180,000 participants here in Wisconsin who take part in high school sports.
Chrysler World of Abrams, your #1 dealership with a veteran staff in all departments. 10 years experience and counting. Quality you can depend on. Chrysler World is your top dealer in customer satisfaction and sales satisfaction year in and year out. A full staff service and body department that'll work on all makes and models. Free estimates, a huge parts department. And they need cars. They'll buy any car, whether or not you purchase from them. Chrysler World of Abrams. Contact them. Follow them. Be sure to check them out.
Considering a room update or building your dream home and don't know where to begin? The design team at Maco's will guide you through the selection process and put your mind at ease. Solutions and styles to make you the envy of the neighborhood. Maco's, your premier flooring center. Now that's value.
You're listening to Bayport Pirates Sports on NEW Sports Radio at newsportsradio.com.
Tonight's Bayport football game is proudly supported by Zessie's Frozen Custard and Grill, Bellin Health, Titletown Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, Town Line Pub and Grill, Vanderbest Harley Davidson, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Specialists, Budget Blinds of Howard and Crivets and Doozy Sports Club, Chrysler World, Nicolay National Bank, Miron Construction, Northeast Wisconsin Technical College, and Maco's Floor Covering Center, and by the members of the new Sports Radio Broadcasters Club.
Well, Aiden, 42-14.
42-14. It was a good game.
Yeah, De Pere played hard. They've obviously got a number of injuries, which you can see by the amount of crutches on the field right now. But it's their homecoming. We wish them the best of luck next weekend. A special thank you to Nick Joseph, their principal, Jeff Bizik, their athletic director, Brian Winchester, basketball coach on the clock, and Johnny Kinzinger, our halftime guest. And so wrap it up, Aiden.
Absolutely. The final at De Pere is going to be 42-14 Bayport, with De Pere's homecoming coming to a sad end. And that is going to be it from BP Voice. Thank you for listening.